I am Vegan Stoner Lady. Oh, I didn't set up. That's funny. Well, I've got 2 streams going. I'm going to try to bring people from my other account over here, but I didn't set up their visual. Oops. Let's see, it's going to go there. Let's pull this down. All right, cool. And we are set. So I am Vegan Stoner Lady, VSL for short. You can find me here on TikTok. I'm also on Instagram and YouTube. If you're over on YouTube, why don't you come on over to Tiki Tacky? If you're not vegan, I'd love to talk to you. I'm here asking people why they're not vegan yet. Oh, wow, it's way big. There, like that. Link to request. Oh. Awesome. Pinned. Hey guys, it's good to see you. Another damn vegan. Carrie Everlasting. Marissa. Neil. Youngblood. I don't think I know you. Welcome in. Yeah, I'm just here asking people, why aren't you vegan yet? And I have some resources. They're all in one website, so it should be much easier now. antianimaluse.org. And if you go in there, you'll see 2 buttons. One says end your participation. The other one says see what you fund. And I kind of have them switched up here. I should have done it the other way. But if you click on see what you fund, you actually it'll take you to a 3-minute movie challenge. If you have more time, I actually suggest swiping so you get the second movie there, which is Dominion. Totally free to watch. But it's important for everyone to know what they're demanding. What is it that they, what they're asking people to keep doing? And who is having to suffer for that, if anybody, right? So I just want to know, why aren't you vegan? Veganism is an ethical stance against the exploitation of other sentient beings. So because I'm sentient, I care about what happens to me, I can safely assume that other beings who are sentient also care about what happens to them. And we know they're sentient by watching behaviors, because we have humans, that can't communicate to us, that don't really know more than, their own personal joys and preferences, but they still, since they care about what happens to them, we respect them. So I'm just saying, if we have these edge cases that we, make exceptions for, why not extend those same rights to those that have the same capacities as those? They have the ability to care about what happens to themselves, right? Yeah, so I understand if you don't want to, I understand that veganism sounds like cardboard, especially if you put it in the frame of environmentalism or health. It sounds boring, right? I don't care what you do as far as those things. And obviously the environment matters, but it's just the environment is boring, and it's like everybody does their part. So it's okay if you don't always do the right thing, because everybody's doing their part. When it comes to veganism, it's a personal principle. It's me saying, I don't want to support slavery, right? So if you don't want to support enslavement, exploitation, using someone without their consent, if you don't support those things, you can opt out by living vegan. There already are humane law or laws for humane ways of taking someone's life. I put quotes around that, because how do you ever actually humanely take someone's life? Humane means compassionate or benevolent. How do you benevolently, I don't even know if that's a word, how do you with benevolence take someone's life who wanted to live and who didn't need to die, right? That's what's important, is that they cared what happened to them. You don't need to use them. We have everything we need right now. And in fact, if we stopped enslaving other animals, we could feed more humans. We could rewild land and let animals that are overpopulating, because they're bumping into our areas, they could take up that land that's rewilded now, that's not being used for animal ag. Make sure that you're liking and sharing. Make sure you tap the screen. It helps out the live greatly. So we want to get some people in here. We want to make sure we're talking to people that are open-minded, but maybe just haven't thought about this yet. You know, most people agree that kicking a dog for fun is immoral. Even though I'm getting benefit from kicking this dog, my benefits do not outweigh the dog's experiences. There was a way dairy products could be ethically sourced. Would veganism allow dairy? If you mean like, what was it called? The fermentation, I forgot what it's called, something fermentation, where they're able to recreate the udder essentially of a cow, but it's all man-made. I don't care if you consume that. That's fine. As long as no animals were exploited in the process, that's it. But if you're taking mammalian milk from someone, that is pure exploitation. You can never remove the exploitation from that because they can't consent to their treatment, right? They can't fully understand what they're being asked to do. So I would say you need to be vegan for the animals, your victims. Every time you pick up an animal product or it's given to you and you accept it, the next one goes through the system because whoever gave it to you is going to replace it to make you happy, right? To keep giving it to you. The stores that you buy it from are going to replace it so you come back and buy it again. So your demand directly does make a difference. Do we have someone that is upset in the chat here? So if you're eating seafood, I just want you to know, we're expected to have fishless oceans by like 2030, and not to mention all the plastics are in there. So if you only care about yourself, you should know it's not healthy to eat them either, right? But what matters more is that they care about what happens to them. Why do you think it's moral, Nathan, to pull someone out of the space they can breathe in, make them suffocate so that you can lick their insides? What makes that morally okay? Oh, I see. So Nathan, you're either a child or some immature adult who cannot cope well. Because I just see you saying, cows, pigs. That's something like an 8-year-old would do. Are you 8 years old? I mean, I might just mute you for a minute because, you're just annoying. So, all right. Well, you clearly can't stop your habits. So maybe a 5-minute timeout will be good for you. If you're using animals, like if you're eating them, you're licking their insides. You're putting their insides on your tongue, right? Doesn't that sound weird? That's what you're doing. You could do that with plants and it's not as weird, right? Licking the inside of a plant doesn't sound that weird. I used to pick up the honeysuckle flowers, pick the little petals off, and you like lick the inside, you can taste the nectar. There's nothing weird about that. You can get vegan steaks that taste just as good. They have one by Meaty. It's a company that makes vegan steaks, and they're really good. They did a really good job. Oh, there it is. Okay. So why aren't you vegan, guys? What is it? Veganism is just against the exploitation of others. Why do you want to exploit others? Plants are not sentient. They are living, but not sentient. So I'm going to bring someone up. Yes, you can come up. You have to be over 18, though. If you're not over 18, I drop you like a rock. Okay? So if you're over 18, come on up.
Hey, listen, bro. Look.
Whoa. It's my live first. Can you tell me your age? And second, why aren't you vegan?
Everybody need like carb.
Okay. You obviously can't follow directions. I said, tell me your age and why you aren't vegan. Instead, you just continued with whatever was on your mind. So I don't need you up here. It's actually me being nice, letting you up here. So I say, take advantage of the time to talk to me. Otherwise, I'm just going to drop you. Like, I'm not going to waste my time. Okay, so you'll be vegan only if someone makes you? I don't think you understand, though, what veganism is. Veganism is being against exploitation. You don't want to demand someone be enslaved just for your taste pleasure. American Waves, I think you're greatly misunderstanding what veganism is. Veganism is against the exploitation of sentient beings. Has nothing to do with eugenics. Nothing. Zero. Yeah, I've had a great vegan burger actually multiple times. Last night, in fact. Lucinda here in Portland makes delicious burgers in a bag. And oh my God, they're so good. And they're oat-based. They're not even the Impossible or Beyond. They're made out of purely just whole food plants. Delicious, and spices. So go check out Christspiracy, Carlos. If you really think that your religion is going to be a thing that guides you, go check out Christspiracy. You might learn that Jesus was more on our side than on using animals. Christspiracy, the trailer is actually right in here. If you go to antianimaluse.org and you click on See What I Fund, there's 3 movies down that it'll take you to. The first one is 3-Minute Movie Challenge. The second one is Dominion, which I suggest everybody watch. You can watch it free on YouTube. The third one is that's the trailer of Christspiracy, and it has the link to the website. If you click on it, it takes you right to the movie. And Christspiracy is a great documentary that just talks about how Jesus spent his life on earth, and they look at a lot of the words in the Bible that are thrown at vegans, like dominion over the animals and such. There's other things like when Jesus talks to the fishermen and they put their nets over the side of the boat and they pull the nets up full. There's definitional issues there too. So I really suggest, especially if you're religious, everyone should go check out this movie though. It's really well made, but also just the points are very poignant. What is a burger in a bag? It's just a bunch of ingredients and spices. I guess I can go grab it. Hold on. There you go. She has other stuff too, but she was also telling me she has other recipes for these. Like you can make them obviously into tacos or anything. You can mix this into anything. No soy, no dairy, non-GMO, plant-based. These are the Cajun ones. I also have veggie burgers, and I think I have, there's one other one I have back there. They're really good. Oats, brown rice, black beans, sunflower seeds, cornmeal, black bean flour, mixed bell peppers, onions, tomato, celery, zucchini, garlic, red pepper flakes, ground pepper, Cajun spices, garlic, salt, onion, paprika, oregano, white pepper, red pepper, salt. Those are all the ingredients. Delicious. So again, go check out Christspiracy. You actually might learn something about your own religion. If Jesus was in a room with a lamb, how would he stab them? Or excuse me, how would he unalive them, I should say? Would he stab them? Would just break their neck? Well, how would Jesus take someone's life who wanted to live, who did nothing wrong? You know? I do. I go out and I speak to people on the street, and yeah. And I create spaces for other activists to speak up as well. Thank you, the future L's vegan. Exactly. Christspiracy. Go check it out. So if you're not vegan and you think you have a good argument, whether you're in my YouTube live or my TikTok, if you're in my YouTube live, I pinned a link to TikTok. So come over here to TikTok if you're not vegan, and let's hear the reasons why you're not vegan. I'd love to know. And if you're not over 18, I'm going to drop you. Vegan cheese. So even if vegan cheese is terrible, what morally justifies taking someone's life or, exploiting someone, which means to use someone unfairly for your benefit? What justifies that? When you have other options, you're not in survival mode, you're not in self-defense mode. What justifies that? Okay, you got to be over 18. Rated mature. Are you over 18?
I am. I'm 23.
Okay. Why aren't you vegan yet?
Well,
I wouldn't say yet. I don't think I'll ever be. I find the hypocrisy of vegans just kind of appalling, in all honesty.
So because some vegans are hypocrites, you can't respect animals?
I would say I'm not going to draw the line at respecting cows and chickens rather than, not killing it. Or,
Can I do
sorry,
what I
I know I
want to
can't use
them?
those words. I'd rather not draw the line at cows and
Can I
chickens
do
and
what I
then
want to
ignore
them?
rodents and insects.
Can I do what I want to any animal? Can I kick them to death?
Well, and then here's this next question. Can you poison it?
If you can't answer my question, I'm going to drop you, okay? Kaylin Marie, are you over 18?
Hi, I'm 31, yeah.
Beautiful. I love talking to adults. Why aren't you vegan yet?
Honestly, it's just how I grew up. It was just a preference. There was a time I was vegetarian for a while, but I do have a bit of a immuno issue where I do require some excess proteins. I honestly just like cheese too much. It's hard to give up, I'll be real.
Yeah, no, I can understand
But
that.
yeah, if you don't mind, I would love to discuss the deer video with you about the pelts and such.
Well, first off, I want to know why you're not vegan. I have no problem discussing that, but I would love to know why you're not vegan. Is it just the immuno
But like
thing? Have you ever talked
it's
to a
the immuno
professional?
thing. I have.
And
It's
you
the
said
immuno thing and how I grew up.
you said to this dietitian, I want to be vegan.
No,
Okay.
no,
So a
not at all.
dietitian can actually
I
help you be vegan if you want to. Do you want to be vegan?
Yes and no. Like I said, I can't really give up cheese, and I
Hold
use
on.
things like
What does
nutritional yeast
veganism
and
mean?
everything.
What does veganism mean, though?
You don't eat anything with a face. You don't consume anything that came from something with a face, more or
Why?
less.
Why, though?
Well, that depends on the individual.
So veganism
There's
is
lots of
actually
reasons.
an ethical stance, an ethical stance against the exploitation of sentient beings. So I'm for sentient being inherent rights.
Sure.
Okay. So
Okay.
what about that are you not for?
I like meat. I like cheese.
So you
I like
think because you
byproducts.
benefit from someone's oppression, it's okay to do that to them?
Not necessarily. Yes and no. The world is a cruel place,
So if you
unfortunately.
could
I grew
find
up with a farm,
if
mind
you
you.
could find everything you need on a plant-based diet, would you then find it to be a moral obligation to live vegan?
Yes and no. But also, I feel like you're
I'm not going to deal with this yes and no bullshit. You need to say yes or no. There's no yes and no. It's yes or no. One-on-one troll. Are you over 18?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You should wait till your balls drop. Okay. Nagy, are you over 18?
Hello.
Oh, you're not 18. Benz, are you over 18? Benz, are you okay? You're not. Bed crack, are you over 18?
Hello.
Are you over 18?
Yep.
What year were you born?
Why?
Because I think you're a child. Greater than, are you over 18? Okay, guess not. So if you're under 18, I don't want to talk to you, okay? Summer, are you over 18?
Hi, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not mean to click the mute button. Go ahead and unmute. That was total accident. I'm very sorry. All
There
right.
we go.
Hey, what year were you
No
born?
worries. 2007.
Beautiful. Okay. Why aren't you vegan yet?
I just, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of meat. I like meat, but honestly, it does, meat makes me feel bad. It does. I just haven't made that transition yet, I don't think.
Okay. Do you recognize that animals are sentient, meaning that they have a subjective experience of life?
I do. And I have pets, and I try to make the best life for my pets as I can,
That's good.
as well.
Would you ever consume your companions?
No, I would not.
Why is that? I agree you shouldn't. Why wouldn't you, though?
I love them.
Yeah.
They are a life, and they deserve to have their life to the fullest.
Yeah, they probably have a preference to live, right? They have things they look
Yeah.
forward to and things they like to play with. So when it comes to
Yeah, for
the
sure.
other animals we use, do you think that they're any different?
I don't. I guess I'm not really sure like what my opinion is on it yet.
Yeah.
Do you think you could
Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Do you think maybe you could try and like tell me some reasons why I should become vegan?
Yeah. So are there any particular products you use, or do you just use any animal products?
I love cheese.
Okay, yeah.
Cheese is a big one for me.
Dairy is actually the main
Um,
reason I went vegan. Once I learned what happened in the dairy industry, and there's no ethical way to do this, that's what made me go vegan. So for dairy, a cow is a mammal. When does she produce milk?
okay.
Oh, well, so it's just when she has a baby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So after she gives birth, after 9 months of being pregnant, right? What happens to the baby? Because the baby's going to drink the milk, right? But we don't want that. We want the milk to be sold to us.
Oh, so the baby would starve.
Well, sometimes if it's a boy in some areas, they will just let the boy starve. Or they'll beat them with like a shovel or something, or they'll shoot them, pew pew them. Excuse me, TikTok. I'm sorry. But the females will be separated. Either way, whatever gender they are, they're separated from their mother. The females are put into these little huts that look like dog houses, kind of. And they're kept there until they reach sexual maturity, and then they go through what their mother went through. Like 70+% of the dairy cows are artificially inseminated, which means a farmer is putting a glove up to his shoulder, penetrating the cow's bum hole, using her colon like a glove to grab her cervix inside her body to hold it in place. Because when you have a bull mating, right, it's going to lift things up. So they have to hold up her cervix inside her body. And then they, with their other hand, squirt bull semen into her vagina. And they got that bull semen by sexually assaulting a bull.
Yeah.
That's someone's job. So then once they put it in her, they massage it in her because they really want to make sure she gets pregnant. Another reason they use AI is because it's much more efficient than natural mating, but also because bulls are bred to be so big, and they often are quite aggressive. So they'll harm the cows, and to the point to some of them, they have to be put down. So a lot of farmers tell me they use artificial insemination out of compassion. So this whole thing of putting a glove up and penetrating her is compassion. So once I learned that, I was like, I can't support that, because I myself would not want to go through that. If I had a companion, a dog, a cat, I wouldn't want them to go through that, right?
Yeah. And that's definitely is starting to make my brain like think in a different way. I just feel like it's a lot of things like people don't really think about it. They're just like, oh, like it's meat, like we're supposed to eat it, and then they eat it. I think it's something a lot of people don't really think about, and I think that maybe it's
totally
something
right.
people should start thinking.
No, you're totally right. We're told, I don't know how many times a day, right? You got billboards, commercials, ads on the internet, ads on the radio, all telling you to eat animals, use animals, right? And we're told it's just the way it is. We have to do it. We just accept that because we're told from birth the same narrative. But the science that's coming out is showing us these animals are sentient. They care what happens to them. And we literally have all the alternatives we could need. And it would it'd be better for everyone if everyone adopted a plant-based diet. Better for the animals, better for us as our health, and better for the planet, because we stop growing so many crops to feed them. There's just so many reasons to live this way, but nobody wants to respect the animals, honestly, because of this propaganda we're fed all the time, even though we have the evidence that shows we should live this way. But I'm yapping at you now. I usually want to try to keep asking you questions. So, like, what is it? Is there anything you think in your mind that might be holding you back next time that you're reaching for those products? Or if you're at home and your mom or dad or your guardian is making a meal for you, what are you gonna do the next time an animal product is presented to you? Are you gonna just accept it, or are you gonna consider that that's a someone and act how you would want your oppressor to act?
I guess I'm not sure. Normally, like I said before, I'm not really like a big meat person. in general, just because I really honestly I don't like the texture or like the taste more
Okay.
so.
Well,
But
let's say you said dairy, like cheese, right? The next time that
yeah,
someone gives you cheese, are you going to accept it knowing that you're saying it's okay to separate babies from their mothers? It's okay to penetrate cows so we can get milk, to make them pregnant so we can get milk, right? Or the fact that dairy cows only live to be 6, even though they can be 20, they can live up to 20. Would that reflect in your mind, or are you just going to accept it because the pleasure is so great?
maybe I can just look into other different kinds of cheese.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of different vegan cheeses. You can make your own. My favorite is Violife. I really like it, but you could even use nutritional yeast. I don't know if you ever heard of that. It's like a,
Yeah, it's something I'll definitely look into.
okay. So what I would say is go check out antianimaluse.org and click on the button that says See What You Fund. There's a 3-minute movie challenge there. I urge you to watch it just because everyone should be informed on what it is that they're demanding, and ask yourself if you really want to keep giving your money to those people. Would you be willing to watch that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Cool. Awesome. I've got 2 hard questions for you, and then I'll let you go.
All right.
All right. So the second to last is, would you be willing to go plant-based until you watch that 3-minute challenge?
Yeah, I think I could do that.
Awesome.
I like salads a lot.
Perfect. There's 2 reasons. One is you may not understand that you're making victims when you demand animal products. So I'm trying to prevent you from doing something you might not want to do because you're not really fully aware yet. So that's one reason, is that you're not making any more victims. And 2, is that they have studies that shown that if you're consuming animal products and you watch these films, you're not going to absorb the information. You're not as willing to accept the truth. So if you have more like nuts or plant-based whatever in your tummy when you're watching it, you're more honest when you watch it. You're going to absorb the information. You're not as offended at it, if I may. Most people just get offended and don't want to listen anymore. So you're willing to do the plant-based challenge until you watch that 3-minute movie challenge?
Yeah, I could.
Cool. Okay. And then the last question is, how many more animals do you want exploited for you? Is it more than 0?
I don't want that.
Yeah, exactly. I share that same principle, and that's all I'm trying to show people is like we actually share our principles. You know, we're on the same page. It's just that some of your actions are not in alignment with your own principles. So I really appreciate you coming up here, Summer, though. If you have any more questions, you're welcome to come back up, or you can message me directly. But yeah, other than that, just go watch that challenge. I'd love to hear from you how it affected you.
Okay, thank you.
Hell yeah, Summer. Thank you. You have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. I do really appreciate honest people, you guys. Like, that's amazing. I may not have all the answers for you, and I'm sorry for that. And sometimes I do ramble. I'm not a perfect person. So I appreciate your patience with me. I do try to be concise. How's everyone doing real quick before I bring the next person up? Yes, watch the 3-minute video. If you go to antianimaluse.org, click See What You Fund. It's the first movie that pops up. Please watch it. It's 3 minutes. 3 minutes. It's the bare minimum that anybody can do. Spend 3 minutes learning what it is you demand. All right. Let's see. Derek. Yeah, that was nice and respectful. I agree. Another damn vegan. Hey, Derek, are you over 18?
Yeah, well over 18.
Okay, right on. Why aren't you vegan yet?
Well, to be honest, it's just a habit. Just keep eating meat.
Okay. Do you know what veganism is?
But why are you vegan?
So veganism is an ethical stance against...
Wait, but why?
Yeah, it's
Why
in
are
both.
you vegan?
Both the definition and my reason are the same. Veganism is an ethical stance against the exploitation of sentient beings. So I am vegan because I don't want to demand someone else's exploitation.
Okay.
Does
Okay.
that relate with your own principles? Do you think that you should avoid demanding someone's exploitation if you can?
To be honest, like, I mean, like,
Well, let's put it this
who?
way. Let's say you're the one being exploited. Someone's using you
But
unfairly.
who even?
Derek, can you have a
Who even
conversation?
gives a fuck?
I understand you have a very short attention span, but I need you to do this and open up these, okay? Can you follow? So since animals care about what happens to themselves, and there's nothing that you need from them, what morally justifies putting them through the scariest system that you yourself wouldn't tolerate being put through? Mute button's in the middle.
Wait, you said it one more time because I couldn't find the button.
What justifies exploiting someone when you can avoid doing so?
Well, I'm not doing it. I'm just buying it.
Okay, do you know what supply and demand is?
What,
So every
like
time
when
that
the
you buy something, that's called putting in a demand. You're telling the producers, I want more of this. Produce more. So they replace what you've purchased.
I'm not telling them I want
So
more.
I just explained, when you pick up a package, you're telling the person that made it, I want more. That's what that's called. It's called a demand. So they replace what you purchased. You buying that product literally sent the next individual into the system to lose everything. That's your demand doing that directly. Do you understand now your part in this? That you are demanding someone's direct exploitation?
No, because
Okay, well, maybe you need to hang out in the chat, because if you don't understand basic supply and demand, I can't really help you if you don't understand basic systems. The only gay in the village. That's really unfortunate if that's true. I'm sorry, because that shouldn't be the case. You should be surrounded by a variety of people.
No. I don't like humans. I'm joking. I'm not
Oh,
that.
that's fair. That's fair. I get that then. I get that. So why aren't you
No,
vegan yet?
I mean, I do have vegan tendencies,
Okay.
very much so. Like I try to do the best I can, but I know there's obviously other sources out there that can, but out there that I have a very low iron. Like it's hard to bring back up again. So it's consistency, like iron shots and everything. But on the odd occasion, I do, and obviously suggested by a doctor, I do on the odd occasion, I do need to get meat into my system.
Pretty sure
as
though
protein.
the iron that's in animal flesh is not as significant as if you were to take a supplement though.
That's also what I was going to say, because when I was listening, I was like, the supplements didn't work. That's why I get my shots.
Yeah.
And
so I don't know why eating red meat would actually even help them.
No, I don't even know. I actually even never asked I was like, oh, maybe tomorrow I'll wake up feeling fresh, or like I've tried these supplements, but.
Have you talked to a dietitian specifically?
Oh God, they're expensive over here.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So there's actually free plant-based dietitians that are trying to help other people go vegan, so they donate their time. So I would actually, if you go to antianimaluse.org, the 10 Weeks to Vegan has a mentor program that allows you to have access to some professionals. There's other challenges too, like I don't really like promoting Challenge 22 because they're located in a country that is war-torn right now, that is
of course,
causing it. But the program does offer a free dietitian, and if you have a health issue, I would argue that it's justifiable for you to use Challenge 22 in that sense, because you do have a direct line with a dietitian, and you can actually tell them specifically, these are my issues, and they can help you. In fact, they require that you have a one-on-one with their dietitian so that they can make your meal plan catered to you. So I would look up vegan challenges. Challenge 22 is the one I just described. 10 Weeks to Vegan is great because it's an even longer challenge. But there are options for you. If you want to be vegan, there are some free dietitians that you can reach out to for sure.
I mean, obviously, I love a good textured food. Like I love a salad. I love my veg.
I don't even eat salads that often, to be honest. Like the things I eat are basically what I ate before. It's just the vegan versions of them. So
but as I said, I come from a country town in Australia where I don't know, you call it a specific word, but over here I think you might know what the abattoirs.
Okay, yeah, slaughterhouses.
That's
what we call them, at least.
I didn't want to say the S word just in case we got
Oh yeah,
moderate. Or
I
you got
don't
moderate.
know if that actually affects it or not. That's a good point. Thank you for pointing that out. I'll consider that. So many words you got to be careful of.
I've seen so many, and I have gone on occasion where I have walked away from my own, like especially when I was younger, from my mum's dining room table and been like, because as I said, and especially like when certain advertisements, it is absolutely horrible, and you just think they are living beings as well.
I mean, it could just as easily be you in
I mean,
that age.
I haven't had eggs in God knows how long.
Right on. I mean, do you know why vegans don't eat eggs?
Why? Actually, I would love to know, because you're educating me, because there's probably a lot of stuff that I don't even know about.
Yeah, most of us don't know about it. It's hidden from us, really. You kind of have to dig a
Tofu
little
is an
bit.
option, 110%, even I know that.
Yeah, so the egg industry, what's wrong with that is currently right now, the way that they make egg-laying chickens, they have these breeding sheds where they just lock in the birds that they find with the genetic code that is to their preference, right? These chickens are going to lay chickens that are going to lay lots of eggs. So they put those chickens, they lock them in a shed with some males, and they're basically, their whole life is to be graped until they die. And they just produce babies. When those babies...
Sounds like something women went through 100 years ago.
Right? I can't believe we even do that to them. That is on its own barbaric. So even after their babies, the chicks are born, the ones that are going to produce eggs, the males are thrown into a macerator. This is the most common thing that happens. They're thrown into a macerator fully conscious. So they pop out of their shell. There's a worker that's picking between. They've bred them now so that the boys are a different color. So they'll toss boys and intersex birds down the same chute that goes on a conveyor belt to a blender. The females they're given their their medicine injections so they don't spread disease. They have the tips of their beaks cut off, which is painful for them.
Oh,
this
God,
is very
I don't
sensitive.
like. I mean, that's way more than brutal.
Yeah, and they do that because chickens have a social behavior where they have like a pecking order, right? We've heard that term. So when we cut their beaks, it's so they don't cause as much damage to each other.
I haven't heard pecking order before. All I knew when I was younger, my chickens used to chase after me.
Yeah, so what they're doing is they're trying to show their dominance. Who's the dominant bird in the society? So they have hierarchies. Yeah, so it just shows you, though, they have preferences too, right? They decide who's going to be their leader and who they want to be around. So these individuals are treated like a thing. And that's really the whole thing with any animal, is that we're taking a someone and objectifying them. And when someone's objectified, they no longer have moral value, right? We don't give them moral consideration.
But what would you say, I shouldn't say as long, but for example, I mean, I have a weakness and I love cheese. So
were you here earlier by chance? I was talking to someone again. I just didn't want to repeat things for you.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, like, if like the cows, like, obviously I'm not unaliving them for my beneficial like stuff, but obviously it is. It's just I mean, but obviously.
So she's a mammal. Cows are mammals. When do mammals produce milk? Like, when does a human woman produce milk?
They're pregnant.
After they give birth. Right? They have to have a baby.
Jesus, now you're actually blowing my mind.
I didn't know this either. This is how strong that propaganda is. Even though we learn in basic biology that a mammal produces milk after giving birth, we totally forget that a cow is a mammal and that she has to have a baby. So we just think that they're milk machines. They eat grass and just produce milk. But she has to have a baby every year. I mean, there are some farmers that stretch out how long their cow can be milked for, but how much they produce greatly declines within a year. So that's why they keep them perpetually pregnant, so that their milk production is at the height that it will be. And because they make them pregnant every year, I mean, that's taxing on your body. And cows can live to be at least 20, if not more. I think the oldest dairy cow was 40. So they can live to at least be 20, and they are often taken to slaughter at age 6 because their legs can't support their weight.
No, because I've seen some crap, and it's not a very pleasant image.
Yeah, so this is all inherent in dairy. Farmers will not keep dairy cows alive because they're expensive to feed and care and give space for. So as soon as they're not productive, they're gone. So that's why dairy is, that's why vegans avoid dairy. You're directly demanding someone be born into existence just to be a milk slave and be raped over and over again and have an early death. There's
Honestly,
just
I
no
had my
right
first
way to do
experience.
that.
Yeah, exactly. No, there's not. But I had my first experience when it came to, especially living on a farm and et cetera, et cetera. But having, getting woken up at 7 a.m. in the morning. I'm an 8-year-old kid putting a massive unaliving pew pew for a massive bull in my hand, being like, all right, it's time for you to do the blah, blah, blah. I couldn't even do that.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
terrible that they put you in that position. I'm sorry that you had
I
to go
was,
through
well,
that.
but I was over the weekend, and how like most people, and this is not going off, but most, like, some especially masculine people would be like, oh no, he needs to learn this, blah blah blah. My mum stayed up at the house, and I came back while they were doing, how do I say this without
Pew-pewing.
or without it, no, it was pew-pewed with a whatever, and then
So typically what happens is
they cut it open basically, and
you could say butcher or slaughter. I think that's okay.
they butchered it literally, and like in front of me, and this is on a farm outside, not an abattoir.
Yeah, it's pretty common, especially with homesteads, that they just have it right out there in the open. I mean, if you think about it, what is the difference between that and it being behind a wall, though? You being 8, that alone, that is terrible. You witnessing that at a young age. And you're right, a lot of
I went back to my mum crying.
It's an egoism.
I went to my mum crying. I was bawling my eyes out. I remember that. Like, I would not forget it, because they were like, "Here, hold the bladder," type stuff, and I was like, and I ran back to mum. Luckily, my mum came and grabbed me, and let's just say she said a few choice words to the men who thought they were all that.
That's good. Good for your mom.
It was awful, and I do have, as I said, I do tend to stick to my vegetables and my salads and stuff. I don't go out of my way. It's not.
When it comes to cheese, though, if next time cheese
I'm-
comes in front
it's
of
an
you,
addiction.
are you going to consume it knowing what has to happen behind it? Like, when you eat it, you should or not when you eat it, when you see it, tell yourself, someone lost their mom. Someone was offed at a quarter of their life so that I could eat this. And it wasn't fair. They didn't give their consent, right? They didn't know what was going on. They just were used. Do you want to support that?
It's not that I don't support it, but cheese is like, I mean, I can give up chicken.
Let me give you another example. Some people can be
okay.
addicted to schmecks, right? That doesn't give them the right to use someone else's body to meet that need, no matter how strong that want is. Correct?
I see your point where you're going with this.
A rapist should stop, because they're violating someone's rights in that moment. And when you buy or accept cheese, you're literally saying, I want the next individual to go through this system, because they're going to replace what you use.
Actually, someone just said, even I, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, cows have to be milked, lady.
We don't have to impregnate them.
Yeah,
just don't impregnate them.
But also, too, if the I shouldn't say cub, what do they call them? The little
calf.
baby ones? If the calf is with them, then it's okay.
So let me put it this way. If it was a human and we need her to be pregnant so we can take her breast milk from her, do you think even if we left her with her baby, do you think any of that is moral?
Can you repeat? Sorry,
So we take a woman without her consent. We force her to be pregnant. We let her keep her baby, but we're taking the breast milk from her, again, without her consent. Is any of this moral?
Unfortunately, I mean, if the woman was taken away just for that particular reason in a violent way or a very abstract or
maybe they do it really nicely. They don't hurt her. They gently just take her. She's not able to escape, but they're very nice. They don't harm her. They give her a Netflix subscription. She gets belly rubs and cuddles every day. She's treated so well. But they still,
Just for her breast milk.
Yep, just for her breast milk. And maybe if she stops producing so much milk, she gets slaughtered. Would any
We're
of this be
comparing.
fair?
Wait, hold on. Are we comparing human mothers to an actual cow?
Well, tell me, what is the morally relevant difference that says it's okay to do this to a cow, but not okay to do to a human? What is it about cows that makes it okay to violate their autonomy and steal from them?
I actually don't have an answer.
It's because there's not one. It's just that it's convenient and we're told that we have to, so we do it. And then there's this kind of a pleasure thing that we get from it. So then we've got cognitive dissonance because we're gaining this benefit from something that we're principally against. So we just don't think about it.
Mm.
And it's uncomfortable every time we do. That's the cognitive dissonance. You're feeling that discomfort of, I'm going against my own principles, but this pleasure, you know?
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. Like, as I said, cheese is a hard one for me always. I love my cheese. I haven't drank
Well,
milk
maybe
in
what you
God
need to
knows
do
how
is
long.
you need to see what they go through. Like maybe go to my anti-animaluse.org and click on see what you fund. And honestly, I wouldn't do the 3-minute challenge. I would slide over to Dominion and watch that because that actually shows you what has to happen in dairy inherently. And maybe once you see it,
I've seen how they've been milked, like in
it's
very
not about the
inhumane
milking.
way.
It's not about the milking.
What?
So when we need milk from the cow, who decides that the cow's going to get pregnant? The cow or the farmer?
The farmer, obviously.
Do you think that's ever fair? Would you want your mother telling you when you need to have a baby? I hope
It's been
not. That
happen-
wouldn't
it
be
happened,
fair.
it happened with humans in the past, and
So
certainly happens
because it
within
happened in the
certain
past, it should happen now?
happens in certain societies to this
So
day.
you're confusing. This is called the is-ought fallacy. You're saying because of the way it is, that's the way it should be. I'm saying it should be so that everyone is treated fairly. It doesn't matter what is. I'm saying what should be.
Oh, of course. No. Of
So
course.
I don't care that, yeah, there's a lot of atrocities out there, but you don't need to be a part of this. You can opt out of demanding someone be raped, have their baby stolen, and, be unalived at a fraction of their lifespan. You can do that.
I definitely see your point of view.
Well, so I don't want to keep hounding on you because I feel like, honestly, after about 10 minutes, it just becomes mush if I keep talking at you.
No,
you
of course, no.
So just go check out Anti-Animal Use and please watch Dominion. Would you be willing to do that at least?
What is it? Dominion?
Dominion. If you click on Anti-Animal Use, there's a button that says see what you fund.
Anti what? Oh,
you
sorry,
see-
it's right there. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. I was going to say, just take a screenshot. And then there's a button at the right here is what the button says. See what you fund. So when you click on the website, you'll see that button. It takes you to the movies, the documentaries that I mentioned. Dominion is the second one. Just slide over to it, hit play. It should play right there.
Well, someone's got philosophy keeps hounding you. Maybe plants also have life. We know that.
Yes, they are alive, but they are not sentient. They do not have a brain or central nervous system. And even if they were sentient, going vegan would actually be in their benefit because we grow most plants to feed to the animals we use. So it's called the trophic pyramid.
Well,
basic biology.
Well, I'll let you go, and hopefully you don't get any. Because honestly, I'm going to say this to anyone. I'm going to say this to anyone in here right now. Please don't come in here and start yelling at this person because she's just trying to get a point across.
Yes, thank you. I do appreciate that, but it's going to happen, and I might yell back, so it's okay. Anyway,
it's okay. Just go get the sledgehammer.
That's right, exactly. All right. Well,
have a good day.
Just go check out that website, okay? At bare minimum.
No worries at all.
Thank you. Appreciate
All right.
you. You have a good
Cheers,
day.
bye.
Bye. Yeah, the least you guys can do is check out the resources. Exactly, Alexandria. Thank you for correcting that. Thank you. Animals are sentient. Yes. If you're not following the Radical Vegan, which is Alexandria in the TikTok chat, please follow her both here on TikTok and on YouTube. I think you're also on Instagram. I don't search Instagram as much, so I need to be a little more active about that. But definitely go follow her. She's a great animal rights activist. She actually makes the posters that I use, and they're really effective. So definitely go check her out. Especially if you're a vegan and you want to get active, check out her stuff. Your YouTube is better. All right, go check out her YouTube. Not as active on TikTok. Got it. Okay. Yeah. So if you want to find her, go find her on YouTube. She has a lot of great content. Oh, hey, Chip. I will bring you up for a second, but I'm not having vegans on my panel right now. I get too grouchy. Hi. I get too grouchy at
Hello.
the non-vegans when I have vegans up, so I'm not having vegans on my panel right now. But is there anything you wanted to say or share?
No, I just thought I'd be here, if maybe, I don't know, later
Well,
or something.
I really like having you. I'll make an exception for you today. We'll see how my attitude is, because last time I did this, I did start to get a little more mouthy. So I just keep me being a calm, chill person, I guess.
No, I mean, kick me out if that's the case, I was just gonna be here for support if needed, but kick me out otherwise, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
Okay.
Yeah, do your thing. I think you're doing a great job, by the way.
Thank you, Chip. I appreciate you. All right. Well, I'll see you in the chat then. I really do appreciate you coming up. I do want to make exceptions every time because I really love having you guys up here. I really do. And it does make me feel more confident and comfortable. But I'm just worried that because every time I just start getting mad and then I start really cutting people off because it's like, we know the urgency. Anyway, how's everyone in the chat going? Yeah, exactly, Chase. What if aliens oppressed humans? How would everyone feel about that? I see you, Chip, in the chat. Yeah, if you're not following that Chip guy, please go follow him. Just like the Radical Vegan. Well, no, actually, Chip, you have great content on all of your platforms that I've seen. So check them out here, even here on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Great animal rights activists. Actually, I take a lot of inspiration from both him and Alexandria. So if you ever want to do outreach yourself, watch them, okay? Great outreachers. Very calm and just direct, I love it. All right, guys. Let's get someone up here. Demonic. Hey, are you over 18? Hello? Is it just me not hearing you? You're not talking. I can't hear you at all. I'm so sorry, Demonic. I don't know what's going on. Like, I literally have zero sound coming from you. Philosophy. Hey, are you over 18?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. What year were you born? Oh, that shouldn't take that long to answer. Zine, are you over 18?
Hello. Yes, I am.
Okay. What year were you born?
2005.
Okay. Why aren't you vegan yet?
First of all, I want to say I respect your opinion completely, and I don't mean this as a form of aggression, but I just have an opinion on the optimal human diet.
Okay. Okay, that's your reason.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you recognize that animals are sentient, that they have their own experience of life?
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
All right, and that they avoid suffering and they just want to have the next experience?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you think there's anything that we need from animals that might justify us doing things to them?
Yes, I do think. Well, justify in the way of the optimal human diet, as in essentially instead of like just living, it's thriving.
But you can thrive on plants.
That's where I disagree, because for my first one, hold up, let me just get up my notes. So the first one is vitamin B12 and vitamin A, and vitamin D3, vitamin K2, omega-3, DHA, and EPA.
Okay. So what's going to happen to me if I'm vegan for like 10 years?
You might be unoptimally healthy. You still can be healthy, but you won't be optimal.
Okay, so I can be healthy on a plant-based diet. Okay.
Yeah, I think the sun is above all else in food and your light environment. There's other factors to health, not just diet. But
okay. Is there anything wrong with taking a supplement?
There's nothing wrong with it, but there's flaws in
Like what?
supplements. Well, when you have liver, for example, you can't convert beta-carotene.
No. What's wrong with supplements?
Oh, I'm just using this as a way of explaining what I mean.
But why are you talking about liver?
Can I explain it? That's all right.
You're saying if we eat liver?
No, I'm just saying that. So basically, okay, let me go on to your topic. So let's say we take a beta carotene supplement, yeah,
Okay.
which is obviously from a plant source, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Are you aware that 30 to 45% of people can't convert to
So
beta
just
carotene?
either take more or find another source.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be unoptimal? If you're not going to be taking thousands and thousands of beta carotenes that affect the
You don't
thyroid.
need to take that much. What I would say is if somebody wants to be vegan and they're worried about, I honestly forgot what beta
Oh yeah, but some
carotene.
people
It's
can't
vitamin
convert it
C,
at all as
right?
well.
What is beta carotene? Remind me what it is again.
It's the plant-based retinol or vitamin A.
Vitamin A, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I would go to a plant-based dietitian and say, I'm struggling with my vitamin A. Please help me be vegan. And they'll help you be vegan. But if you
Yeah,
don't want to
but
be vegan, you can find all these benefits that you get from animals because oppressors only oppress for benefits. I'm not denying that you get benefits from using animals. I'm saying because we can thrive without using them, why put an emotional, feeling, sentient being through a system that we wouldn't even put our worst humans through?
yeah, I get that, but the
No, you
issue
don't get
is
it
is
though.
that
What is the morally
some
relevant
people
difference? Zine, what
some
is
people
the
can't
Zine,
convert it at all.
if you can't talk to me, I'm going to drop you. Okay? So what is the moral justification or excuse me, what is the morally relevant difference between the animals you use and humans that justifies farming one but not the other? Why is it okay to do this to them but not us? Can you answer that?
Yeah, sure. I guess the reason why it justifies it is because people can't convert vitamin A at all,
But they can.
and
They can
but they
just take a
can't.
little bit more.
That's
Are
a
you the
fallacy
one with this
because you're not.
situation? Is this your
No,
condition?
but some
Then why
people,
aren't
some
you
people.
vegan? And if you can't answer this, I will move on. Why aren't you
I
specifically
feel like you're just kind
vegan?
of dodging the question.
Well, then we'll just move on. You can't look past this. I'm obviously there are going to be people with different obstacles, but if you're talking about some imaginary person, I can't fight against that. I can't argue against that because you're going to just keep making up things. If you were the one with this specific issue, maybe I could help you, right? We could find those solutions. So that's why I ask you to only defend yourself. Look at my question. Why aren't you? Do you have a confusion with the word you? I want to know why you specifically are not vegan, right? Oh, that person over there can't convert retinol. I don't care. Can you? Yes? Voila, live vegan. Obviously, if you don't want to live vegan, you're going to find excuses. I understand there's benefits to using animals. Okay. Well, I clicked on something that didn't want to come up. Purgy. Hey, are you over 18?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, cool. Why aren't you vegan yet?
I love meat. I love cheese. I love everything like that. And I couldn't live without it.
Well, all right. What does veganism mean?
Obviously not eating anything that's come from animals or animals.
That's something we do.
That's how I said.
Right. Yeah. So that's fine as well. Most people understand it, but it's not really what veganism is. That's just an effect. Like that's I don't know. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. It's not the direct reason why I'm vegan. I'm vegan because it's a principled stance against the exploitation of others. So I don't want to demand someone be enslaved for my sensory pleasures. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So do you agree with those principles? Does that align with what you think? That if you can avoid demanding someone's exploitation, you should?
No.
You think that if you have the opportunity to avoid someone's exploitation, you should go ahead and exploit them?
I don't exactly understand where you're coming from there.
So let's say a human is being enslaved and they're being raised because they shave their hair. The person that is enslaving them
Yeah, we're
shaves
talking
their
about
hair.
animals, not humans.
So this person is enslaving another human for their hair and selling it. And you live in a society where people love to wear wigs, right? Would you then support that enslaver? Would you say it's moral to buy slaves or buy wigs from the slave owner?
No,
Right.
but
Because you
we're
can get
talking
a
about
wig
animals. We're
from
not
somewhere
talking about
else.
humans.
But you can get a wig from somewhere else, right? You don't need to demand that that slave lose their hair and freedom and autonomy. You can get your wig made by someone who isn't enslaved, right?
Yeah, definitely. But we're talking about animals, not humans.
So what is it that you need from animals that justifies what we do to them?
All the vitamins, everything that you get
Can
from
you name
animals.
them, the ones you need?
Not the ones that I need. Like, I'm not scientifically, into like
So
all that type of stuff.
there's
But
nothing you need from animals that you can't get from other sources. I've been vegan for 10 years now. What's going to happen to me?
there's probably nothing that's going to happen to you. But
Okay, so then what are
I
you
just
afraid
think
of?
there's nothing I'm afraid of going vegan. It's just I
Then
love
why
the
not?
taste of meat. I love the
So
taste of cheese.
do you think if I had the opportunity to kick a dog for fun and exercise, that I should go ahead and do that because I would get great benefit from it?
No, because you wouldn't get great benefit from it.
I would. It's a tradition in my family. Actually, my whole family gets together. My grandma, she doesn't even get up out of her chair, but she'll get up out of the chair to kick this dog around. So it's vital for her to get exercise, right? Is it moral
Yeah.
then?
No.
I agree. And why?
Because you're hurting an innocent dog.
I agree. Yeah, that dog's experiences matter more than any benefit that we gain from kicking them.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't it be the same for the other animals? You're escalating the violence, right? You're removing their head, stealing their babies, robbing them of their freedom. Why is that
Yeah,
okay?
but we're getting actually food out of them.
So if I
We're
kick
like-
that, so the dog scenario that I gave you, we're kicking the dog around the yard, but we're going to eat them afterwards. Is it
Yeah.
now moral?
Well, after kicking the dog. No, because you don't eat dogs.
Why not?
Because dogs are pets. They're not.
That's
They've
kind of a
never really
cultural
been
thing,
eaten.
though, isn't it? Like, that's just your culture. Do you think that your culture is better than other cultures?
No.
Okay, well, other cultures use dogs as livestock.
And I mean, that's what if that's
So
what
do
they
you?
want
So
to
if
do.
you went to one of those countries, would you eat dog?
Probably not. No,
Why not?
because it's not a piece of meat that I'd be interested in eating.
Why not? What if it tastes
Doesn't-
better than any of the other animals that you've had? You don't even know.
That's a valid point, but I mean, it's not something that I'm interested in.
Why not? Is it because you
This
know that
doesn't-
dogs have personalities and that they're unique?
Not because dogs have personalities. It's just not like a
I've been
an
told that
animal
dog tastes
that
similar to
would-
chicken.
I don't know why you know that, but I
I've
feel like
looked
that's a bit
into
weird.
this. I also know that humans supposedly taste like bacon.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah. So does that
There
morally
was one
justify
thing I
now
just-
farming? No, you're not listening though. We're using taste pleasure right now to justify violating someone. Does that mean I can farm humans now since they taste like bacon?
No, because they're human.
What does that matter?
Because it's illegal.
So just because it's illegal, that's why it's immoral?
And it's not, it's not I don't want to say normal.
Who
But
cares? You're now appealing.
it's-
You're just committing so many fallacies. First, you just committed the fallacy of appealing to legality, and then you appealed to popularity. These are not logical systems. You should be saying, I respect these people because they care about what happens to themselves, not who they're related to, what they look like, how intelligent they are. Like, you're literally using arbitrary traits to say it's okay to enslave these people, but not these people.
But I'm
It's
not
very
talking about
similar.
people, I'm talking about animals.
Animals are people. They're a someone. They're a sentient
Animals
being
aren't
having a
people.
subjective experience. There's some, I understand that might bother you. You know, it's funny, when we learned about evolution as a species, when we learned that we had common ancestors with gorillas and monkeys, people had the same reaction, like, I am not a monkey. I am not this. It's like, well, you are. Deal with it. So why aren't you vegan now? What is it that's holding you back?
I love the taste of meat.
Yeah, but there's vegan meat. Do you think taste
I've
pleasure
tried vegan meat,
justifies?
can't stand it.
Does taste pleasure justify violating someone's body, though?
I'm not violating somebody's body. I'm violating an animal's body.
Is
And
an
animals,
animal more related to an object like a table, or more related to us humans?
not much of a muchness, really, because they're not human
You know
at
what's
all.
funny is that you talk like an oppressor. So you're demeaning these individuals that are actually quite intelligent. You know, like chickens, for example, when they're born, when they hatch out of their eggs, they can already count, like they can do basic bare or simple math when they're born. Most animals can walk. Humans, pathetic little balls of goo. Like you have to carry them around. You have to make sure you feed them. Wild babies, they just go straight to the udder. They know where to go. It's instinctual, right? They're much smarter. So in that sense, in your logic, we should be farming human babies because they're dumb and they don't provide anything for anybody. And then we get that delicious bacon flavor. Would you help me advocate to have a human baby farm? I'm going to take your silence as a yes. Job, are you over 18? Job, are you over 18? Or is it Job? Job Center? Oh my God, dude, that's old school. Old school troll right there. I haven't heard that in probably a year or more. Hey, Amy, I saw you trying to get up here
Please.
earlier. Are you over 18?
I'm so sorry, but yes, I am. I was born in 2004.
Okay.
The big 04.
Why aren't you vegan yet?
Okay, so why I'm not vegan is because of literally health reasons. I have tried getting off of meat and all animal products.
Why?
And that just didn't help.
Why did you do that?
Because I have a high empathy for animals because as a child, they showed, where I'm from Australia, they showed very graphic ads for animals. So it doesn't work for me now, like veganism or even vegetarianism.
Okay.
It doesn't work for me.
Do you know what veganism actually means?
Yes, it is quite literally supplying a life. It's for their life. And I agree with that. They should have a life, but
it's not about them having a life. It's about not demanding they be exploited.
Literally.
Yeah. So, have you ever considered talking to a dietitian, a plant-based dietitian?
I have seen one since around about 4 years, and everything they have given me has not worked for my body. But I am
what?
Anything they've tried. I am an activist though, so the way they're treated before they are killed, sadly, I fight against that. So every day, practically, I am driving past trucks compacted, full of sheep, chickens, whatever. And I find that so unfair. No animal should be compacted with one another. They should have a bit more room for that.
Well,
And
what about do you think that it's moral to farm animals if you do it the nice way?
practically there is no nice way, because since I have been alive for 22 years and way more years before this, animals have been, I forgot the word, genetically
Modified or
modified. Thank you. Modified to be if they grow too large, they will be in pain, corn cross chickens. So the chickens you get in your average supermarket, if they get past to the point where they can lay eggs or breed, they will be in pain because their legs can't support their body weight because they have been bred to, you know, have that excess meat or have that excess fat.
Yeah.
And I find that very sad. Like, I myself, I have chickens, but I literally have chickens for the eggs, just for the eggs, because, you know, chickens will lay eggs
Do you know
for
why
just
they
because
lay
they
eggs?
can. Just because we can. Like, women, we have eggs and we
Yeah.
expose them, and that's why we
How
have
often?
periods.
So how often is a chicken naturally supposed to lay eggs?
I can actually not say that, because with my chickens, they are very off and on. They'll become broody whenever they want, so that's when they want chicks, but we can't give them chicks because we don't have the land to give them chicks. We have like 2-3 chickens at the moment.
Yeah.
So when they do have like lay eggs, we give them a chance to just brood on them.
So
and then that's when we
let me
pop
give you a
them
little
off.
background on the chicken. So the chicken comes from the red jungle fowl, who was free, living just fine before we grabbed them. She only laid 13 to 15 eggs a year, and it was during part of the year, during springtime. And she was doing it to have babies, right? She wasn't laying unfertilized eggs. She was laying fertilized eggs. We took them from the wild, made her mate with a male that she wouldn't normally mate with, so that her baby was mutated and made more eggs. So they went from 13 eggs a year, or 13 to 15 eggs a year, to 300. So if they're laying more than one egg a week, they're definitely they've been genetically modified is an umbrella term. They were selectively bred is more specific. So they were lined up with someone whose genetics met whatever humans wanted to make a perfect slave. So that's how we got the chickens. When a chicken stops making eggs for you, do you get another chicken?
Nope.
Okay.
So at the moment we do have 2 chickens, which I love dearly. They are like literally my babies. One of them goes in the broody season, as you would say. So she practically doesn't lay eggs like at all for us, because when we find where she's broody, we just kind of discard all the eggs because we know they're bad. And when the other one, Charcoal, because she's a black chicken, so we call her Charcoal.
That's cute.
Thank you. She went broody for the first time we had her, and she was broody on like fake eggs. Because we have fake eggs being like, you need to lay here, you need to lay your eggs here. So like on like the good season, we'll have like a few eggs like a week. But on like when they're broody, we'll have like 3 to 4, and that'll just be by Charcoal. And they're all cross.
Have you ever tried to decrease their egg production?
I find there is literally there's no way we can decrease their egg production, because we need them to have like a place where they can like sleep at night, where they're safe, and that's where they lay their eggs.
There are things you can do for these hens that make them produce fewer eggs. I don't know if you've had any other bird companion, but I had a friend who had a cockatiel. She loved her cockatiel, and her cockatiel loved her back. Like, you could see the love. They just loved each other. Her cockatiel loved her so much that she would go to the bottom of her cage and lay eggs. And that was her trying to signal to my friend that she wanted to mate with my friend, that she wanted to have babies with her. And when she took her bird to the vet immediately was like, you need to get her to stop laying eggs. It's detrimental to her. It pulls resources out of her body. So when it happens to chickens, it's the same case. You're pulling all these nutrients, right? So that's why I would treat them laying eggs as a medical condition that you need to manage. And there are ways that you can decrease. There's actually a chicken sanctuary here on TikTok. It's called Micro Chicken Butt Sanctuary. I urge you to check her out. She goes live and she'll talk about her chickens constantly. And she has a rooster that she gives him a teddy bear so that he doesn't grape the chickens.
Oh my God.
Yeah. it is hilarious, and it's like, but she's meeting their needs, right? And she's helping
Yeah.
them decrease their egg production so that they, and
Um,
she actually gives them birth control. I'm pretty sure is something that she does, so they greatly reduce or don't produce eggs.
just with I guess like it's like one of those like hen to roosters things. Charcoal, which I'd like to point out, fucking, what's that called? Like, I'm exposing charcoal right now. She has taken, because it's just like a two hen thing, she's taken the rooster role. I hate to say this, but she tries to
Yeah, she'll try to like
make
grape the other.
babies.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
tries to make babies with
yeah. She's
the
she's
feeding.
not necessarily. She's just doing whatever is instinctual in her, and
Yeah.
that's fine.
So
But what I'm talking about, what I'm trying to point out, is that I understand that you're taking really good care of these two chickens, but you're still seeing them as objects to produce for you. I understand you very much care for them, and that's very sweet. But
they are
they're just
rescue chickens.
that's good.
They are like secondhand chickens, and we've kind of just like let them do what they do. So I live in a residential area,
Hmm.
so I have neighbors and all that, but all the neighbors know about chickens and all that. So they have like
Well, let's step
practically
aside from
free
your
roam
chickens. Let's step aside from
of
your
all the.
chickens. What about any other animal products that you use?
So with all the other animal products that I use, I've had a severe iron deficiency, and I've tried pumpkin seeds. I've tried what
What about
else?
supplements or shots?
I have tried supplements and shots. I
Because those
tried
are going to
the
give you more iron than a
shots.
steak. If a
I
steak is
have
doing it, it's not the iron.
I have tried the iron shot. One that was horrible. I'm like not disencouraging anyone from using it first,
Well, I
but
I
that
want to be
was
clear, Amy. Like, if you wanted to be vegan, you're coming up on a vegans panel and you're giving me excuses why you're not vegan. So you're actually becoming a token for non-vegans to have an excuse to not be vegan.
well, you did ask why aren't you vegan, and I'm trying to explain
But why
I
did you
am
come up here?
vegan.
Did you think that you were
Because
gonna
I'm trying to
help
have the middle
animals?
ground
Are you
here.
helping animals though? Are you helping
Yes, I
animals in
have
this
some.
situation, or are you advocating for them to be used?
Am I advocating? No. Am I
You're
being
telling
talked over?
people that
Yes.
this is how you treat chickens, and then it's okay for you to exploit them for their eggs.
I'm not
Yeah,
exploiting them.
you're
I'm just
saying if
letting
I
them be
rescue them and
chickens.
I let them do what they want, I can take their eggs from them. And then I suggested that you reduce their egg production, and you ignored that.
I have, as I've given them eggs, like the fake plastic eggs. You
It's not
wanted to
just
move.
that. You could even take them. People
Why
do
are
this
you
with their
interrupting
cats and
me?
dogs because I don't think you're really being honest with me. If you truly care about these chickens, you can take them to the vet, get them birth control so they no longer produce eggs. You can put that effort out there. If anyone has a cat or a dog, they have the same responsibility and moral obligation to take care of their cat and dog the same way, right? It's
Because
safer.
neutering a cat and dog is easier than neutering a chicken.
You don't have to neuter them. You give them birth control. So like I said, go check out, I think we're going to end it here. Go check out the Micro
No,
Chicken Butt
I'm
Sanctuary. Go check out the Micro Chicken Butt Sanctuary. Okay, there are ways to reduce your chicken's egg production. You don't need her eggs. Eggs don't have iron. So that's definitely not helping you with your iron. You're just eating cholesterol. And a steak does not have as much iron as a shot or a pill. So if you're feeling better from eating steak, I'm guessing that when you don't eat animal products, you're just not eating enough calories. Eat lentils, eat beans, eat dark leafy greens, maybe some vitamin C before or shortly after you eat those iron-rich foods to help you absorb more. Go talk to a dietitian and say, I want to be vegan. I understand you said that you did this, but I just don't believe you because you're still making excuses for eggs that don't even help you in your health condition. So I don't know. I just don't know if I really believe you. And you're up here defending animal use, thinking it's going to help the animals. I just don't know what your goal is here. Des Singers. Oop. That was loud. Did you want to talk, or are you going to just troll me? Oh, sounds like you're losing your mind, I guess. Kitta, are you over 18?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you are not. Green Ninja, are you over 18?
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's a little bit of a delay. I can hear my echo in the background. Okay.
Apologies.
That's all right. I think you fixed it, whatever you just did. So, why aren't you vegan yet?
I am not vegan because of the scientific basis around why human beings are in fact omnivores, as well
Okay.
as my spiritual beliefs in the Bible.
Okay. So do you know what the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics is?
I'm not aware with that one specifically, no.
They're the largest body of dietitians and nutritionists in the world, and they state clearly that a vegan diet is safe and healthy and even preventative to many chronic ailments that humans pass away from. So with that in mind,
Well, my question
that should
is,
answer the health
what are the
question.
motives of this said? No, but it doesn't, because you got to look at the motives behind this specific society.
What? Are you talking about the
What are the
Academy of
motives
Are you talking about
behind
the
this
Academy of
society
Nutrition and Dietetics, the largest
of
group of dietitians and
yeah,
nutritionists? The goal is to figure out how diet affects health.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm referring to the fact that they are getting funded somehow, correct?
If you're going to deny science, I'm going to move on. That's okay. The Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics looks at thousands of studies. And they're not the only association. There's also the Dietetics Association of Canada, France, Italy, Spain. Pretty sure they all state clearly that a vegan diet is safe and healthy for all stages of life. These are the academies that give counsel to governments to making their food pyramids. Although clearly America disregarded that altogether this time. But that's what those groups are for. They're for finding the truth. They don't just go one study. They go thousands of studies that are peer reviewed. Hey, Martin, by the way, I saw you say hi a long time ago, and I just wanted to say hi back. Oh,
I was
Porgy,
going to say I don't know why.
I don't want to talk to you again. I'm sorry I pulled you up. That was a false start. Sorry. Dougie, are you over 18?
Yeah,
What year were you born?
2008.
That makes you 17. Unless you were born this month. Bao, are you over 18?
Yes, I'm 19.
Okay, why aren't you vegan yet?
Mostly because the health and wellness of myself, and I'm also working out. So I'm eating a lot of. Well, right now I'm abstaining from
You
certain
can get
meats.
everything you need on a plant-based diet.
I mean, yeah, you guys can always say eat tofu, but like that's.
I mean, that's
just
one thing.
compacted
Yeah,
nu-
you
that's
don't
just
have to eat
compacted
tofu.
nutrition slop.
You don't need to
So
eat tofu. You can eat other things. There's seitan, there's pea protein, there's what else is there? There's tons of other meat alternatives. You can just eat beans, you know? Like whatever
yeah,
you
no,
want to
but
do. You know, you could eat dirt for all I care. What I really want is you to just not use animals.
I mean, this is going to also like I live on a farm, right? I'm going to inherit the farm. I'm probably going to expand the farm and its
Okay, there
operations.
are programs that can help you still utilize your land, but not for using animals.
Yeah, but it's more cost effective for us to have eat
It's
one of
more
our
cost
cows.
effective to have human slaves. Does that justify human slavery?
So human
Does that,
slaves.
yeah.
Why would
Human
we
slaves
have
would
human
make
slaves?
things cheaper, would make labor
But
easier
that's
to
illegal in
find.
Canada. So
Yes.
you're saying
Why is
what's
it
illegal, what's
illegal? Why do you
illegal?
think
So
it's
you're going
bad?
on a what if.
Bow, I don't know
You
if I'm going to talk to you, man. You're all over the place.
you're
Yeah,
interrupting me.
you can't even focus. Focus. Bloody Hooked. Are you over 18?
Yeah, I am. I'm 19, mate.
What year were you born?
2006.
Okay. Why aren't you vegan yet?
Because it's all bullshit. I do my own thing, you do your own thing. There's nothing wrong with it.
2006. That sounds like a long time ago. I don't think that's right.
I am born in 2006, 13th September.
Okay. State again why you're not vegan.
I have my own right to choose what I eat. Just
What
the
about
same
the
as what
animals'
you
rights?
do. Well, I couldn't give two fucks, really. I eat meat
Okay.
because I
Well,
choose
that sounds
to.
like a YT supremacist with people of other races. I could give a fuck about other races
Why are we bringing race into this? We're talking about
because
animals.
you're using humans are animals. You're using arbitrary traits to say it's okay to ignore the fact that this someone cares about what's happening to them because they're not in my group. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's just I choose
Okay,
to
so
eat
then
what I
what
want.
morally justifies what we do to animals?
I mean, there is stuff that I
For you.
can disagree with.
What for you morally justifies farming animals, even in the nicest way?
Free range farming. I like that.
Okay, I'm going to ask you for a third time, and if you can't answer it, I'm going to drop you. What
I'm legit
morally
answering.
justifies farming other animals, but not human animals?
I get food out of it.
You can eat humans.
Yeah, but I don't choose to.
Why not?
'Cause
Maybe
I'm not
I want
fucked up in
to.
the
Would
head.
you advocate for me to have my rights to be able to farm humans? Because right now, I'm being denied my right to farm humans because they taste like bacon. They taste good, and I want to eat them.
Because it's illegal.
Why? Who cares? That means that they're infringing on my right to farm who I want, right?
Yeah,
You can
just stay
farm
mad,
who you want.
honestly.
Why can't I farm who I want?
I know you could go to Texas if you want.
Tell me
inbred.
why you think it's immoral for me to farm humans or I drop you.
What do you want me to say?
Tell me why it's immoral to farm humans. Really? You can't tell me why it's immoral. Why is human slavery immoral? This should be really easy. Why don't you want to be enslaved?
Because
you're
I'm not getting
living and you
paid.
care about your life, right? You want to do what you want to do and you don't want someone forcing you to do stuff. Why would it be any different for other animals?
I don't know, because I'm not a farmer.
It's not any different. They care about themselves just as much as you care about yourself. They don't want to die. They don't want to be used. And even if they're unaware of it, we ourselves wouldn't want to be exploited even if we're not aware of it. It's not fair. We don't think that's fair to do to each other. That's what morality is. And I think most people actually do agree with me that exploiting someone when you can avoid doing so is immoral. But we're told, I don't know how many times a day, that we need and have to use animals, that to just deal with it, suck it up, and the only way to be successful is to use them. But the science shows us we don't have to and that they don't want to be used.
No.
I don't know what that reaction was for.
Sorry, I was just having a heart attack.
For what?
Because apparently with meat you can increase heart risks and that.
Of course. It has
How's it even
cholesterol.
work? I
It
haven't had a
doesn't
heart attack
matter.
yet.
It doesn't matter though about health outcomes, right? What matters is that there's a victim losing their inherent rights are being violated. Does that not bother you?
No, because I'm not.
What
I'm
if it was
healthy, I'm
happening to
fine.
humans? Like, you haven't told me the morally relevant difference between humans and animals that justifies farming one but not the other.
Because we are people. What do you want me to say?
I
don't know
want
how
you to
answer
say,
properly.
I don't know, and to notice there is no morally relevant difference. We both care about what's going to happen to ourselves, right? We know that when we're looking at a human, you shouldn't decide whether or not you're going to respect them based off of what they look like, who their parents are, if they can reciprocate morality or provide anything to society. That's not how we respect other humans. We respect other humans because they care about what's going to happen to them. Because we have many humans who are not verbal, who are not aware of what's going on around them, but they still care about what happens to themselves. And we find it immoral for someone who knows better to take advantage of them. And I'm saying that because we have these exceptions, these cases that we make exceptions to protect someone, why not extend those same rights to those that have the same capacities? They care about what's going to happen to them. They're having their own experience. I understand that it feels weird because society says, do this, but you don't have to do what society tells you to do.
The green screen
you
is
can,
fucked.
You can question things. So I guess we're done having a conversation because you can't listen. Goy Mare
Yo, what's
Cattle.
up?
Are you over 18?
Yeah,
Okay. Why aren't you vegan yet?
because I don't believe sentience is the moral relevant thing
Why do
here.
you respect humans?
Because they have the capability to become conscious.
They what?
Have the capability to become conscious.
I'm talking about an already existing human here on Earth, right?
Yeah,
What's
he has got the capability, the trajectory towards
not all
becoming
humans.
conscious.
Some humans
Or
are
every
the
single
same
human has the
cognition.
capability.
Some animals have this, or excuse me, some humans have the same cognition as the animals we use.
No, tell me a human
Okay.
being that has a condition that
All right. I'm
repro-
not going to talk to somebody that's going to deny science. There are many people that don't have the cognition that the average human has. There's babies. There's adult people that they're elderly and losing cognition. There's people born with different mental focuses, right? Maybe they're more hyper focused on math or visuals of some kind, but they can't really focus on other topics, right? There are different people that have different types of intelligence. They're not the average. We still respect them. There are people that literally have no idea what's going on. I personally saw a woman that went to the YMCA. Her mother would bring her. This woman was like mid-30s, if not her 40s. She's like all curled up, laying on a bench because she can't walk or move, right? She can't talk. She can barely make noise. She just kind of moans a little bit, looks around. She does show character signs of feeling joy or of feeling fear, right? You can read that from her emotions. Even though she's not sapient, we still respect her. Doesn't matter that she's not as intelligent as the average. And to continue with, they're not part of the human race is again to be like, they're not part of my YT race, right? It's the same thing. You're saying you're not in my group, so therefore I can ignore that you're sentient. How would your God ever want that? If Jesus was in the room, I guess maybe you don't believe in Jesus. That's fine. But I would still check out the book or the documentary Christspiracy because it goes over Judaism as well. And it talks about, like, does God really want you to use animals when you don't need to? Is it okay to just slash throats just because you like the flavor? I guarantee God says no. And if your God says yes, that is a fucked up God. Yeah, I'm personally not religious, so I don't really have any thoughts on that, but I have come across many people who do use religion, and specifically the Judeo-Christian or the Abrahamic religions. Those are the most common ones that come up across me. But, uh-oh. Did I lose connection? Okay, we're back. Yeah, I don't care if your religion says that you can exploit me. Thank you, Vegan Anthem. It's a great way to put that. If your religion says, I can exploit vegans, right? I don't have to respect your religion in that aspect. Your rights end where mine begin. I'm still in here using this body. So even though your book might say, you must use animals, right? That doesn't give you the moral right over someone else's autonomy. I don't care how old your book is. There is no Judeo-Christian religion. Okay, well, you keep telling yourself that. When have I said I can exploit vegans? I didn't say you did. I'm saying it doesn't matter what your religious text says. Jesus fed people fish. He did not actually. Check out Christspiracy. I'm telling you guys, if you go to my website, antianimaluse.org, if you go to that website, it's actually not my website. It's a group website. I'm in a team called Anti-Animal Use. And we put this together because we wanted to have resources that we deemed the best. So if you click on this, it says, see what you find. Click on that. It takes you to all the documentaries I've pulled up. I've only got 3 of them up there right now, just because I don't want anyone to feel overwhelmed. I've got the 3-minute movie challenge, which is clips of Dominion. The second one is Dominion itself. I urge everyone to watch Dominion. If you can't put yourself to do that, I mean, you really should. If you're going to demand animals be used, the least you can do is sit through a goddamn documentary. But there's the 3-minute movie challenge, which is clips of Dominion. Watch it. Ask yourself, do I really feel comfortable giving my money to these people? You know? I said the reason we value people is because they have the capability to become rational. That's not true, though. We have people that are literally missing parts of their brain. They will never be fully rational, ever. They need a babysitter for the rest of their lives, right? We would still respect those people. That's my point, you know? And if you're still going on about this, like, is it okay then that I kick a dog for fun? I do it for fun and exercise. So I'm gaining great benefit from it, right? Does that matter more than what the dog is experiencing? No, I can go kick something else, right? That dog doesn't need to experience that and doesn't want to experience that. And we can see that by their body, by how they act, they respond. Please make sure you're liking and sharing. Tap that screen. Let's get some actual opposition in here, not these duds that are just looking up Google. Hey, Puta, are you over 18?
Hello. Yes, I am. Sorry, apologies. I was on another call.
Okay.
Cool question.
Well,
So
before you ask me a
you say
question,
that
unless it's
like
clarifying,
being,
I want you to answer my question first, and then if you
Mhm.
still want to ask your question, you can ask it then. Why aren't you vegan yet?
because as a person who's non-religion or anything like that, I do not really mind anything that involves either being a vegan, vegetarian, or not. I'm more of a person who's in the middle. I mean, I don't really care.
What's
They both
veganism
taste the
mean?
same. Well, to me, it's just people eating plants or just just cares about animals. Like as an animal person myself, yeah, I care about it, but I wouldn't like eat my cat. If you know what I'm
Okay.
trying to say.
Well,
Like if I had a
that sounds like
pet,
a vegan argument.
well,
You said you
vegan,
wouldn't eat your
bloody, I
cat.
don't know. No, I wouldn't, because
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I give a photo of a baby and a chicken. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like trying to figure out what the difference is with that. Like
Yeah, what's the
a
difference?
baby literally has, how can I put it?
We'll say that this baby has a defect to their brain, so they will never be sapient, but they will remain sentient. They will care about what happens to them. They'll find things that they enjoy, but they won't necessarily be able to contribute to anything or reciprocate morality or anything. Does that mean that
Right.
we can then exploit them like we do chickens?
Well, there's two different things about a chicken and a human being.
Okay, so that human that I just described, what is the
Yes,
morally relevant
yes.
difference between that human and a chicken?
Let's see. Can vote.
Okay, a baby can't vote.
Would probably still eat. Well, you when it grows up, obviously.
Okay, these babies won't grow up. I said this specific baby who will never be able to make moral decisions. Am I allowed to exploit them?
Did Stephen Hawking's make moral decisions? Yeah.
You guys, come on. I need my vegans in here to start liking and tapping or something, because this is insane how slow my conversations are going. I'm just like, you guys think that you're moral agents, but you can't even understand why we respect each other. You claim humans are superior. You still can't give me the morally relevant difference between us and animals. Like, based on your own logic, we can exploit you. You're the new bacon. You're the new chicken. Just because you're not smart enough. It's because they're not human. Okay, well, I can find differences between you and I. You're probably a different gender, right? You probably think differently than me. You came from somewhere else. You might even look differently than me, right? Does this all make sense now? I'm saying that you're literally advocating for someone's slavery. And you're saying, well, because they're different. That's terrible. Terrible. Okay. Kit, come on up.
Cuckoo gaga.
I agree. That is what meat eaters sound like. Sauce, are you over 18? Sauced, are you over 18?
Yeah, I am.
What year were you born?
I'm born in '94.
Okay. Why aren't you vegan yet?
Oh, I don't know. I like catching fish. I like harvesting meat. I like doing that kind of thing.
What justifies that?
The justification, I think like to sustain my body.
What do you
and
need
I
from
think
animals that you can't get from other sources?
I don't know, protein, stuff like that. I think.
You can get protein from plants. Do you understand that animals are sentient, that they care about what happens to themselves?
Oh yeah, I understand.
Okay, so if they care about what happens to themselves and there's nothing we need from them, what justifies continuing to demand their exploitation?
Well, I mean, they got something we need.
What's that?
And meat, yeah, protein.
Okay, I just went over this. If you say protein for a third time, I will drop you. You can get protein from plants.
All right.
Okay, so now that we know you can get everything you need from a plant-based diet, what justifies using animals? Other animals, to be clear, because humans are animals.
Well, I think if I were to eat plants as a source of protein, I'd have to eat a bunch of it and shit like that.
Just eat your total calories. Just eat your total calories in a day and you'll be fine. Let's steel man you.
Well,
Let's steel man you and we'll say, yes, you have to eat more in order to maintain the same protein intake you're taking now. Would that justify slitting someone's throat? Because you don't want to eat more plants?
Not a human. No, not a human.
Okay, so what is
but
the
an
morally
animal.
relevant difference between humans and other animals that justifies slitting their throat?
Because we communicate. Communication.
Animals communicate.
Well, we don't comprehend it in that sense.
So because you don't understand someone, it is now moral to slit their throat.
Well, I don't think the way you're putting it's right.
So
but
what is
yeah,
the morally
I
relevant?
guess so. That's the only way.
Wow. You know we have humans that can't communicate, right? So you're literally
Well, yeah,
saying
but they can communicate with each other.
No, they can't communicate at all.
I mean, I don't know. I
So
think
then
that's
what
the
is
only
it that's what you have to tell me the difference.
justification.
What is it about 100% of humans that makes it so that we have to respect all humans, but that animals are lacking? 100%. What is it that humans have, all of us, that justifies what we do to animals but not to humans?
Communication.
Oh, dude. Oh my God. You literally just repeat yourself. That is insane. That literally is insanity. Like, you're getting the same result. Why would you try it again? Oh my God. Animals communicate. We have humans that don't communicate. Are you following? Why is it moral? Because you don't communicate. What? I'm trying to not laugh my natural laugh, which is definitely much more obnoxious. Okay. Alex. Are you over
Are you aware?
Are you over
Yes,
18?
I'm 22.
Okay.
I'm 22, yes. Are you aware that there are people with health conditions
Are you
that
one of them?
cannot talk? Yes.
Okay, what's your health condition?
I have an extremely rare deficiency called, and I only learned this 3 years ago through whole genome sequencing, called mannose binding lectin deficiency.
Okay. What does that mean?
I get when I eat plants, with the exception of a few plants like garlic, onion, very few plants I can tolerate.
So let's
I get
say-
insane. I'm not done talking.
Okay.
I get
So
insane.
let's say that you could
Okay,
eat all
is
your
this what you
needed nutrition. Okay.
You're
Look,
just dominating.
Yeah, thank you. I am dominating. If you could get all your needed nutrition, let's say, would you then find it to be a moral obligation to live vegan? I get the feeling you're going to say no. So you don't really understand where I'm coming from. So let me go over it real quick. Veganism is actually a principled stance against the exploitation of sentient beings. It's not about a diet that eliminates food. It's about, I don't want to demand slavery. Pretty plain and simple right there. I don't want to demand someone else be exploited for my sensory pleasure, to be used without their consent for my sensory pleasure. Because that's what you're doing. If you genuinely didn't want to use animals anymore, but you had a high hurdle of some kind of deficiency, some people have high hurdles. I'm not denying that. But you would look for resources. You could talk to a dietitian, right? Or a nutritionist. Dietitians would be the gold star. And if you want to find a dietitian, I would go to antianimaluse.org and check out End Your Participation is the name of the button. Takes you down to 10 Weeks to Vegan. It's just a great program that offers a mentorship program as well to put you in a group of new vegans so that you can try to attempt to cover or overcome your hurdles. And you have access to a dietitian. The dietitian makes up the meal plan. Okay, so you have access. If you don't like that particular program, look up vegan challenges plus free dietitian. I guarantee something will come up. But the issue is you don't want to do that. The issue is you enjoy your pleasure so much, like a grapist, that you ignore your victim's experiences because your pleasure is just so much more important. Yeah, you have the same logic as a grapist or a racist. I'm not saying you are racist or that you grape. I'm saying your logic is very similar. You're prioritizing your pleasure, your benefits over someone else's experiences. Who cares about what's going to happen to them? You know? That's why grape is immoral. That's why human slavery is immoral. That's why all exploitation is wrong. It's using someone unfairly for your benefit. Obviously, you can exploit things that are not sentient, right? And that's actually a little more okay because they're not sentient. They literally have no preference on what you do. Animals do make preferences. They do care. Just like you care about what happens to you. This is your whole world. And you're robbing them of it so that you can lick their insides for like 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. It's like literally 30 seconds of chewing and you swallow and then you turn them into crap. That's not respect. Lurian, are you over 18?
Yes, I'm over 18. Yep.
Why aren't you vegan yet?
Because to be honest, I think because there's no moral obligation to be vegan.
What does veganism mean?
In my understanding, I think it would be the advocacy that promotes non-exploitation of animals.
Yeah, that's pretty spot on. We don't want to demand someone else's exploitation if we can avoid doing so.
Yeah, so I think.
So what's wrong with that logic?
I think it's a noble thing. I'm not opposed to, like, if as a society we can make laws.
Would you say it's noble to be against human slavery, or is that just the moral baseline?
No, I don't think it's a moral question. I'm saying
No.
noble.
You didn't answer my question. You didn't answer my question. You said it was noble to not want to exploit others. And I was asking you, do you think being against human slavery is noble or the moral baseline?
Well, you have to qualify it because, like, in the 13th
You're not
Amendment.
answering me again.
No, you have to qualify what do you mean by slavery, because you cannot absolutely abolish slavery. You cannot make that categorical
I didn't
statement.
say that. I'm asking you why you think human slavery is basically immoral. Why do you think it's immoral?
Again, so I don't think every form of slavery is immoral. That's the point. In the 13th Amendment.
I don't want to talk to you. If you genuinely think that there are forms of slavery that are moral, you're confused, and I don't care to talk to you. You cannot enslave me. I'm not okay with that. You might be able to, someone might have the ability to enslave me, but I am not okay with that. And if I can stop it, I will. Slavery. I don't care what definition you have of it. It's not okay. Even the exploitation that we experience as being like workers in a system, right? Yes, we are exploited, not to the same extent as animals, as other animals that we use, but we are exploited. And I would say, I don't like that. I don't want to be exploited. That bothers me, right? If I can make a change in that, I will. So why is it that if we're exploited, if someone's exploited, it's okay to then increase the suffering, exploit everybody, enslave them as much as you can, cut them open, slit their throats, steal their babies, grape them? Because that's literally what we do to the other animals. Oh no, slavery's fine. You're dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. Dumb. Anybody who thinks slavery is moral is dumb. I really like how Chip puts it. He's like, do you think everybody should be feminist, respecting women's rights? Do you think that everyone should be against racism? And the answer is yes. Yes, everyone should respect women. Regardless of anyone's gender, you should respect people. And regardless of their skin color or who they were born from, right? Doesn't matter. What matters is that they're an individual who cares about what happens to themselves. That's what matters. I don't need a proffer win. I don't need to proffer win an argument to continue as an omnivore, as the permission of vegans isn't required. What's next? Oh, so combative, what they're trying to say is if you violate someone's autonomy, you better have a justification. Obviously, we live in a world without consequence to your actions. Same thing when human slavery was around, right? A lot of people were schmurdered, and there was no repercussion to their schmurderers. There was no justice found in that. Would you say then that it was moral for those people that committed those atrocities to people that were enslaved because it was accepted and they didn't care about having the permission of the abolitionists, the people standing up against human slavery? Combative, maybe think before you type. You dumb. How's everyone on my TikTok chat going on? I really appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you're liking and sharing, tapping the screen. Let's get some ops in here. Alex, I see you, but I'm pretty sure you were already up here, so I'm not bringing you up again. If you have a question, put it in the chat and I'll watch the chat. Oh, I ran from you. Well, you can state what you're going to say in the chat. I just don't care to talk to people that are here just to fight. Because I'm going to meet you at your energy, and then we're just going to be bumping noggins. It's just like, what's the point? I'm here to actually talk about the animals. I don't want to talk about whatever excuse you have, although that is what we're going to get to, right? Because that's what everyone thinks is like, oh, I have the best excuse. It's like you actually are just justifying slavery. You're saying, yes, use the arbitrary traits that literally don't mean anything morally, like intelligence, what they look like, who their parents are, where they came from, what they think about. Right? Those things don't matter. What matters is that there is someone who cares about what happens to themselves, just like you. We're fighting because you're starting to do ad hominems about vegans. And it's like, we're literally just abolitionists to slavery of other animals. Actually, veganism is cheaper. I have the studies right here. I made sure to pull them up today. That one. It's that one. Oh, is it that one? The global and regional costs of healthy and sustainable diet patterns, a modeling study. And their conclusion was that it can be up to 22 to 34% cheaper. And if you include the costs of health issues that you get from not eating a healthy diet, it even goes up more, that you save more. I know there's another study that's a little more recent, because this one is from, I believe, 2021. I don't have the other one up here right now, but I do have it saved in my folder. I just didn't pull it up this morning. But this shows you right here that a vegan diet is actually cheaper and healthier and more sustainable. So definitely check out that study. It's, oops, hold on a second. How do I close that thing? It's called The Global and Regional Costs of Healthy and Sustainable Dietary Patterns, a modeling study. Okay, so go check that out. It can be cheaper. What's your favorite protein? I tried tofu and I don't think I cooked it correctly. Yeah, that's fair. Honestly, I avoided soy for the first 5 years of being vegan because I was scared of it. I really did think it affected your hormones or something like that. But more recent evidence has come out that actually those that consume. Oh wow, thank you. Well, that's sweet. Thank you. It's kind of funny that it didn't land on me. It was on the baby. Thank you. Same as Lee. Aw, thank you so much. Oh, and Frisia, you gave me 20 roses. Holy crap. Oh my God, thank you so much. Jessica, thank you for the rose and the hearts. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, Vegan Siren. That's so sweet. I'm the only gay in the village. Thank you for the rose. Jessica, what is that? I can't even read it. Popular. The popular arrow. That's funny. Thank you, Jessica. Oh my God. Same as Lee. Thank you. You also gave me the popular one. Oh, or is it being sent to other people? No, okay. Awesome. Oh, you guys, thank you so much. Even those that donated to the non-vegans, I appreciate you listening to the conversation because that shows that you're engaged, and that's what we want. I want you to be engaged and listening. So, how about you, YouTube? How's everyone going? Ugh, I've got jasmine hair on me. It's floating around. Soy is for women because of the estrogen in it. Actually, they found that it doesn't affect our estrogen in the same way because it's phytoestrogen, not mammalian estrogen. And in fact, when you drink milk, guess what's in there? Mammalian estrogen, because the cows are perpetually kept pregnant. Right? It's more like to the issue that someone's being forced to be pregnant constantly. That's just disgusting. Yeah. Pigs are cold in gas chambers. Well, they're actually stunned, but a lot of them do pass away in there because they're suffocating. But yeah, they're supposed to be just stunned. Let me see. How you guys doing? Oh, hey, we got a request up. Hey, user. Well, that just tells me you're homophobic, bloody hooked. So I'm going to block you because I don't talk to homophobes. Hey, user, are you over 18?
Yes.
Right on. Why aren't you vegan yet?
Well, I don't think that I have to be vegan. But if you want to be vegan, you can. But because other people aren't vegan, they are close to they have a rapist or racist mindset is a bit extremist. Because would you say that our ancestors had that same mindset?
What's veganism mean?
You just said it in the live, right? So you don't want
I want
to
you to
inflict
repeat it to
pain.
me. No, that's not it.
What is it?
It's against the exploitation of sentient beings. So I
So
think
what's exploitation?
So I think that if you can avoid demanding someone's exploitation, you should.
Okay, so what's exploitation mean?
Using someone unfairly for your own benefit.
In that case, for animals, it will be what?
It would be using them for food, clothing,
So
entertainment,
pain.
vivisection. Pain can be something of it, but I just don't want you to get confused that there are animals that cause each other pain. I'm not out here advocating that animals stop hurting each other.
That's the whole point.
User,
If
listen. The whole point is that you're a moral agent who knows what's right and wrong, and you know that kicking a dog for fun is immoral because that dog's experiences matter more than the joy or exercise you get from kicking them. I'm here to tell you, cutting the head off of somebody is escalating the violence from kicking. Okay, you're taking someone's head off for sensory pleasure. There's literally nothing you need from animals that you can't get from other sources.
So our ancestors, it was for sensory pleasures.
It doesn't matter what our ancestors did. They also
Yes, it does.
Shut up. Shut up.
'Cause
Shut
we
up.
follow it.
Shut up. Shut up. Our families also graped one another. They schmurdered one another. And we wouldn't be here today if they didn't. So does that now morally say that we should rape or grape each other? We should schmurder each other because our ancestors did it? Yeah. No. What do you mean same with, you mean other animals? Animals all did the same. What does that mean? Exactly. My ancestors though. Oh, my ancestors. I have to grape others because my ancestors did it. I have to. Yeah, user. That's you. When you demand animal products, you're literally demanding that they be graped because you have to make more, regardless of what the female wants. She must bear the next one that you will consume. They don't just naturally mount each other. A lot of the times, these animals have been bred to be so big, they can't even naturally mate, even though they have the urges. Turkeys, for example, they must be artificially inseminated. Go look up Mike Rowe Dirty Jobs turkey inseminator. They take a straw and they put it near the turkey's penis. And with their thumb, they stimulate the turkey. This straw goes to their mouth. It's a 3-way straw. Goes to their mouth and it goes to a bag. His mouth creates the suction to suck up the semen that comes out after he stimulated the turkey. And he's got a bottle of water. And Mike Rowe asks him, like, so does any of it get up in the wrong straw? And he's like, that's why I have the bottle of water. In America, we consume over 40 million turkeys on Thanksgiving alone. Someone's doing this to each one of those male turkeys. And then they turn the females upside down and they jam a syringe in her vagina and pop in that semen. And then they just drop her on her face. So, user, you literally pay humans to do bestiality. You do that. That's what your money goes to. Humans prodding animals in their private parts. You pay for that. And every time you buy more, you're like, I like it. I love it, in fact. Here's my money. Go grape more animals so that I can eat their babies. If you don't believe me, go to antianimaluse.org, click on see what you're funding. Takes you to a 3-minute movie challenge. If you can stomach through that, maybe ask yourself, do I really want to give my money to those people? Because this is what's inherent in farming. Oh yeah, Draculum, I have seen I've seen almost every single clip that Joey Carbstrong puts out. I've watched he's honestly one of my favorite activists from back in the day. I love his energy. I love his perseverance. To me, even though we call Earthling Ed Vegan Jesus just because he kind of looks like a Jesus, Joey Carbstrong is really the Jesus. He goes out there and he exposes this stuff, and especially the gas chambers. I do realize that the pigs are often, they pass out or like they pass away in the chambers, but the goal is just to stun them because some of them still come to when they're being cut. You know, you can see them thrashing. So that's why I say the gas chambers aren't meant to unalive the pigs, but they are meant to stun them. They do pass away in there, though. It happens because they're suffocating, right? It's like I bet you that gas isn't to their standards. I bet it's like higher because no one checks these things. Like, you know what's crazy? I want all these omnivorous people, all these carnivorous people, go to your local slaughterhouse and tell them, I'm a carnivore. I'm an omnivore. I eat animals. And say, I want to see the process. I guarantee you 100% they will not let you in there. I guarantee it. Why do you think that is? If you go to any other kind of a food business, someone who picks strawberries, cucumbers, lettuce, whatever, they're going to let you see the process. They don't care. There's nothing to hide. I mean, I go to these slaughterhouses. We just had a vigil on Friday. They are so terrified. So when we first show up, because they don't know we're coming, there's like two security workers in their little booth. And they have gates where there's parking. When we show up, they lock the gates and then they filter who comes into the parking lot. So people used to go into their parking lots to pick up people that are at work. They can't do that now when we show up because they're so paranoid. So paranoid. And they vet every single person. I'm just saying, like, if you really think they're doing the right thing, why won't they show you the process? Why won't they show you what they do? When you look at homesteaders, you see why. Because you're taking someone's life. Doesn't matter how nice you are about it. It doesn't matter. And if you purchase any animal products in a store, farmer's market, wherever, you're demanding that. It is literally 99% of the animals we use are factory farmed. And these small farms are very rare. And even if you do find one and you're able to get all your produce from them, you're still demanding someone's enslavement for sensory pleasure. Pointless. Pointless. Make sure that you're liking and sharing. Let's try to get some actual opposition in here, not people that are focused on their pleasure so much. I want someone who's maybe like, I just haven't really thought about it, you know? Like, I understand again that people have some high obstacles, and maybe you were told by some authority figure that you need to use animals. But I would argue you should question everything you're told and verify, get second opinions, you know? Because what we have right now, the evidence says you can get everything you need on a plant-based diet. Yeah, again, veganism is not about, we're not against unaliving, because I can't say the K word on TikTok. We're not against unaliving. You keep posting it. We're not against unaliving. And honestly, this is where sentient inherent rights are. Climate change is right here. Inherent rights of sentient beings, environment. Get it? If slavery made the environment better, the inherent rights of the enslaved matter more. That's all I'm trying to say. You can be a vegan that doesn't eat almonds, avocados, or soybeans. But I want you to know, who eats the most soybeans? Who eats the most of our crops? Is it the animals you use? It is. So there's a big study, user. I still see you here. If you look it up, I doubt you will, because you just want to keep screaming about almonds, avocados, and soybeans. It's called Reducing Food's Environmental Impacts Through Producers and Consumers. Let's see if I can type it in here. Reducing Food's Environmental Impacts through producers and consumers. All right, I put it in the chat. Copy and paste that. Look it up, okay? This study went over thousands of farms in hundreds of countries. We're growing most of our plants for the animals we use. We're using most of our land for their food and the land that they take up to live in, you know, to just be. And if that's with factory farming, we use 83% of our current agricultural land for animals. With factory farming. Factory farming, compared to these larger farms that do it the nice way, are actually more efficient. They're better on water use, they're better on land use, and they emit fewer greenhouse gases because they get the animals to slaughter weight faster. So these other farms require more land, more water, more time, right? It's expensive to raise animals. You want to reduce your costs if you're a business. This is just what happens when you turn a someone into a something, a product. So if they're a product and you need to cut costs, their needs, their best interests do not matter. What matters is your benefit. We're using so much resources for these animals, 83%. If we stopped farming, stopped enslaving other animals, we could actually reduce our ag land use by 75% and at the same goddamn time feed 10 billion humans. We're only 8 billion right now. We could feed over our world population if we stop farming animals, but you cannot let go of your sensory pleasure like a grapist. I'm addicted to it. I must hump. Ridiculous. I'm telling you, cow's milk takes, I think it's like 1,000 gallons of water for 1 gallon of milk. What's that for almonds? How much water do you need for 1 gallon of almond milk? Let's type, how much water for 1 gallon of almond milk? And even if it took more water to make almond milk, it didn't come from a sentient being who cares about what happens to themselves. Did you want to say something? Sorry, I thought he was trying to say something. No. To grow it. It's trying to give me a recipe. To grow enough almonds for almond milk. All right, again, 1,000 gallons of water for 1 gallon of cow's milk. Thinking about it. It still doesn't understand what I'm saying for some reason. It says dairy is the heaviest in water use. Oh, here it is. Water to produce 1 gallon. So for almond homemade, 530 grams of water. Commercial made, 25 to 50 gallons of water because they're more efficient. Dairy milk. Okay, I just want to rephrase. Almond homemade milk. 530 gallons of water to make 1 gallon of almond milk. 530 to 1. Cow's milk. 880 gallons of water. And then there's oat milk, 35, and soy milk, 60. So what's that about almonds and all that garbage you're talking about, user? I noticed you stopped spamming it. Maybe there's a reason because you finally looked it up. It's ridiculous. If you're over 18 and you think you have a good reason to not be vegan, I would love to talk to you. Hey, get Zymed on. Are you over 18?
Negger.
Yeah, I thought you might have been a mush brain. So you have mush for brains. That's good. Solid mush. You sounded like a female too. Probably a cunt. Yeah. And if you're not, your balls haven't dropped. Your voice is very high. You sound like a child. Probably are. Sorry that your parents couldn't hug you more. That is a problem. We do, sadly, I do think everybody needs therapy, including me. We all need talk therapy. We need somebody to help us organize our thoughts. Somebody professional that knows what's going on. Yeah, I just want you guys to know too, like the second time they came on, I was already hitting disconnect and TikTok took that long to disconnect us. Like that long. It's crazy. I'm going to go another 30 minutes. Let's go, guys. Where's your evidence for that? I just had an AI look it up for me. I guess we could use Google as well. Again, though, I said, even if it takes more water for almond milk, first of all, you don't need to drink. I don't even know the last time I had almond milk. I drink oat milk. It's my favorite. You can even make your own. You can make your own oat milk. It's pretty good and easy. Let's see. 1 gallon almond milk versus 1 gallon cow's milk water. Let's see. So the Google says that it takes an average of 264 to 628 gallons of water to make 1 gallon of almond milk. Oh, I'm sorry. I flipped that. That was 264 to 628 gallons of cow's milk. So water to cow's milk. 1 gallon of cow's milk takes 264 to 628 gallons of water. Compared to roughly... So Google has even lower numbers. It says that the almond milk takes 23 to 166 gallons for 1 gallon of almond milk. So it's even more of a disparity. Environmental impacts. Dairy requires about 2 to 20 times more fresh water than plant-based alternatives. So I don't know where you guys are getting your information from, but if you care about water use, you should be vegan. I don't eat avocados either. I don't remember the last time I had even guacamole. But the most people that eat avocados are non-vegans. So, yeah, I don't eat avocados. I eat rice, beans, whatever's local in season fruits and vegetables, and frozen fruits and vegetables. And sometimes I'll buy Beyond sausage, but that's pretty rare. I'll buy Violife cheese. I eat nuts like walnuts, hemp seeds, chia seeds. I'll eat pasta that's it's rice based. I did have the legume based pastas, but we switched to the rice ones. So avocados supposedly take a lot of water. There's also some issues with the cartels because there's a demand for guacamole all the time. So there's some issues. Woo! I'm drinking lemonade and it's very tart. But you can get avocados that are grown in California. You don't have to get them from Mexico. And if you're worried about water use, again, you don't need to eat avocados. You can be the better vegan and avoid those foods. Yeah, rice takes water as well. But again, I don't care about the resource issue. I know you guys are going on about it, but it doesn't matter. Veganism is not about the environment. It's one part. I lost my live. This one. Oh, that's why, because I opened a tab. Okay. Want to be able to see my other chat going on. How's YouTube going on? If you're in YouTube and you think you have an excuse to not go vegan, please request up. Oh, hey, Mr. Alone. Oh, I'm just saying, if you think that vegans are hypocrites, you can be the better vegan. I don't think there is a better vegan. Oh, I thought I accepted you. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, disconnected. Sorry. What were you saying?
You over 18?
Oh yeah.
Cool. Why aren't you vegan yet?
I believe it's a part of a part of nature and the circle of life that animals kill animals, animals eat animals. I believe humans are no different to animals, so therefore we eat other animals.
Okay, so if that's the case, if what animals do in nature is moral, do you also think murder, rape, and infanticide are moral?
No, but I believe that's more of a power control with laws.
How is
mainly.
that different than what the animals do?
What do you mean?
Well, so you're saying it's a power control, like isn't taking someone's life also a power thing?
Yes, but you could also debate that.
So you're saying that because animals do it, it's moral, and I tried to point out other things that animals do. Do you think we should emulate those because they're natural?
Humans do that stuff.
Do you think it's moral?
Kinda, yeah.
You think graping other humans is moral?
No, I don't think grape is moral.
Do you
no,
think
I think
murdering other humans is moral?
Yes.
Okay, well, I don't want to talk to you then. You clearly don't understand human rights. That's wild. You know, when you say that others are on the menu based on arbitrary traits, you're saying you're on the menu because someone can find something that they don't like about you and say that you're lesser. Yes, it's okay to murder one another. Do you know what murder means? It's unjust unaliving. Unjust. Yes, we should be able to unjustly slit each other's throats. Yeah, that's a big yikes. Exactly, Jason. It's good to see you, Jason. U-Tops, Lewis, Sabby. I see y'all in there. I see Ian also being active. No justice lasts forever. What's up? Marissa, still see you there. Dracome, of course. I've been talking another damn vegan. Okay. Okay. So the reason you should go vegan is because animals care. Other animals care about what happens to themselves, just like we do, because we are animals too. We're all sentient. That's what I'm getting to. We care about what happens to ourselves. That's all that matters. Hey, I see you, Lori. If you're not following Two Spirit Veg, please go follow her. She's a great activist, and she goes live on other people's lives, so you'll find other activists that are amazing. She also puts out great content, and she speaks out about other atrocities and other injustices. So please go follow Two Spirit Veg, excuse me. She's amazing. She also has just a rich background to pull from, so you can ask her questions. Yeah, of course, Lori, anytime. I really do love having you around. There's also Keith. Go check out Tofu Whisperer. He goes live on there, and follow his Keith account because he also goes on other people's panels and goes live. So you'll learn a lot. Keith is a plethora of information. Like, he knows the studies well. I know these studies, but I don't know them as thoroughly as he does, and he just like is able to pull from them from his mind like immediately, which is really helpful because it's like I know the evidence is there. It's just I forgot the exact wording of the evidence, and I don't want to misrepresent it. So I try to be general with my information because it doesn't matter really about the environment and health and all that, but sometimes I will indulge in those conversations. So, Johnny Vegan Seed's in there. Hey, what's up? I see you. Why do vegans look unhappy? Well, if you're seeing that as a regular thing, it most likely comes from the fact that we're living in a world that doesn't want to recognize animals as sentient beings, even though we have the scientific evidence that's screaming they're just as sentient as, well, sentience is binary, it's on off, but they're sentient like we are. They care about what's going to happen to them. They just think about different things. They come from different parents. They have different shaped bodies. That's it. And to use those arbitrary traits as a reason to exploit them and use them without their consent when they, want to keep living free, that's just immoral. That's terrible. Oh, okay. Vol, I thought you might have been a vegan, but you're not. Okay. Crazy how you don't eat animals, but you eat their food. That sounds like something an 8-year-old says. Yeah, dystopia is definitely a real thing. It's really easy to start hating other humans because they sit there and say, I like to nom on babies. And it's like, you're eating a baby. Those individuals are babies. And they didn't even need to be born in the first place. Yeah. So you can get dystopia easily because you start to see the atrocity and nobody else doing anything. It's kind of like if you were living near a park where people would take their dog and kick them for fun, and you see the atrocity and the harm happening, and you know that it's wrong, and you want to go out there and tell them to stop, if not actually going out there and getting them to stop. But it's a society where they're okay with it. So even though you might get that one person to stop, there's going to be another one. And it can weigh on your heart to see this happening and not be able to always stop it. So if you see vegans being unhappy, it's probably because they're trying to defend someone that you're perpetually saying it's okay to harm or to violate, to exploit. I agree. Yeah, we need to not have misanthropy. I was also a stubborn a-hole. I also used to say, you'll take this animal meat from my hands, or from my cold dead hands, right? Like, I was just trying to make the joke that you'll never take it from me, but I didn't realize what I was saying. I didn't realize I was saying, I will forever demand someone be schmurdered for me to have pleasure. That's gross and terrible. And when I realized what it was I was doing, I stopped. But yeah, we need to keep misanthropy at bay because I was one of those a-holes, and it took some information being put in my face. And even though I hate other people sometimes, it's like they just need some of them just need somebody to say something like, hey, I know you have the same principles as me. Do you really think that you're living in alignment with that? Yeah. Well, I mean, you can go to another live. There's no requests right now. If you have a reason to not go vegan, request up. I just don't want to talk to the same people because we've already gone over the fact that they're not going to be logically consistent and they're not going to take a moment to reflect on what's being talked about. Like, is that a legitimate claim that I just made? Does someone caring about what happens to them mean that they deserve moral consideration? Most of us would say yes. The benefits of becoming vegan is that you're no longer demanding someone else's exploitation. You know, you're opting out of this terrible system. Those are your benefits. Any other benefits you want, you're going to have to seek them out yourself. You can, if you want to be really healthy, you can do that. I've got resources right here on anti-animal use, the Vegan Daily Dozen. It's by nutritionfacts.org. You can also just Google Vegan Daily Dozen, and it's just a checklist. Tells you everything you can get in a day off of whole foods. So if you want to be really healthy, or if you want to like gain muscle, you have to do the research and figure out how to do that as you would on any other diet. So what makes us superior to other animals? Because humans are animals. Exactly. Animals deserve better. It's time to go vegan. This is your sign. Do it. Checkmate, vegans. I was never against veganism. I simply don't know about it at all. Or I simply didn't know about it at all. Yeah, same here. I actually didn't know about veganism. I knew about vegetarianism. And I would make fun of the vegetarians that I knew. Even though they weren't talking about whatever was going on. Yeah, same. Like once I learned about like the dairy and egg industry, I was like, because I went vegetarian when I learned about obviously slaughterhouses and how all that goes on. And I didn't want to be a part of that anymore. And I actually did go vegan plant-based for a month because I wanted to be skinny. And, you know, the benefit of not harming animals was in my mind, but it wasn't the motivator. And after about that month, I reintroduced dairy back to my diet because I was reading a book called Skinny Bitch. And they had little links to videos of what animals went through, but I didn't watch them. So it's like I knew about it, but I didn't really look at it. And it wasn't until I actually like looked at it that I was like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. And I went vegan. And I think that was 10 years ago. So 2016. And yeah, I was watching something about dairy. And I was like, I would not be able to go through that. Well, guys, I think I'm going to just call it here. I was going to try to push for another 15 minutes, but I'm just not seeing enough opposition right now. So I think I'm just going to call it. We've made them all vegan, or they just don't know their arguments well enough to defend what they're doing. So how can you not? They tell you what they believe constantly, particularly food Jehovah's Witnesses. I don't know if I understand that. Do you use anything made from an animal? I do not, no. If I can avoid using animal products, I do. There are some things, like I've heard there's animal parts in drywall. I've also heard that there's animal byproducts put into asphalt, into money. So some of these things are unavoidable, right? But I would say that if they're unavoidable, you're not demanding it then. It's just that that's what it is. And we can speak up against those things. That's what advocates are. We're saying, hey, that needs to change. That's not fair. And if I have an option of a house that was made with animal products and one that wasn't, I'm absolutely picking the one that wasn't. I don't want to use animals. It's a personal preference. It's not like a card that you get to be a part of a gang. It's a personal preference, or not preference, a personal principle that you don't want to demand someone else's enslavement. Asphalt. Yeah, no, right? Exactly. It kind of gives it a new meaning. Asphalt. Driving on someone's ass. Why don't we use dead humans, right? Dead humans aren't doing anything but cracks. Oh my God. Sabby, stop it. You're getting me. You're making me laugh. It's not cool. So much beeswax and health products. That too. Oh my God. I'm so frustrated. Bees honey or beeswax. Just like in bread. There's so many breads now that use honey. And I'm like, why? Why? I had someone tell me that they purposely buy honey. Hey, Keith, by the way. I didn't say hello. I like talked about you, but I didn't say hello. But I had someone tell me they buy honey specifically because bees are drowning in their honey. And I'm like, why do you think the bees even exist? They're there because you demand that they exist. That's your fault that they're drowning in their honey. You keep buying them, they're going to keep drowning. They don't drown, though. That's silly. They've been bred to overproduce honey, like cows and their milk. Same idea. They literally did the same thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you request up? I saw you request for a second. Daniel? You can come up if you want. I was gonna end just because no one was requesting. But if you want to talk, I'll talk to you. Why you scared? Let me join the live. I will. You got a request up again. It went away. Like right as I saw your comment, your name disappeared. Is out of my price range. Actually, vegan diets are cheaper. I have the study right here. It's called The Global and Regional Costs of Healthy and Sustainable Dietary Patterns, a modeling study. Although you can't see this, YouTube can. Move that for easy. And you guys can see, oh, look, it's a real study. Oh, gosh, surprising. Oh, snap. There's some people. Okay. Ava, are you over 18? Nope. Didn't let you load in yet.
Yes, I'm over 18.
Can you go somewhere quieter?
What? No.
Okay. Colin, are you over 18?
Yeah,
Cool. Why aren't you vegan yet?
because I don't want to have recessed maxillas and fucked up teeth.
Okay. Do you know what veganism means?
Moral and ethical stance against animal exploitation.
So do you think that that's right or wrong?
I do.
Do what?
I think you have a recessed maxilla and fucked up teeth, and it's probably because your ancestors ate grains.
So it's kind of funny you say it. So you're just kind of showing that you judge people on their looks, and that makes you look bad.
It's definitely.
Are you a really good looking person? I hope you're the best looking person, because if you have anything funny about you, someone's going to make fun of you then.
I hope you can look at my profile, but my ancestors.
Yeah, you do
ate
look
grains
dopey.
too.
You look like you got a real big chin that takes up your whole face.
Well,
Does that sound like a compliment? Do you want to have a nice conversation now?
Well, I appreciate you.
Yeah. I'm sure you appreciate a lot when you're looking in the mirror. People that like talk about looks like that are hilarious because they're dumb. They literally can't come up with an argument, so they're like, I'm just gonna make you feel bad about how you look. Okay. Can you argue the argument instead of just ad hominems? Digitally melons. Are you over 18?
Yes, I am 18.
Okay, why aren't you vegan yet?
The main reason is, I don't think there's anything wrong with veganism at all. It's just like, I mean, to be honest, I did like try for like a month to be vegan, but it was really hard for me. Like, it didn't taste
Why did you
as
try?
good, I guess, and I feel bad for the animals. Like, my aunt owns a farm, and seeing all the chickens, and cows, I was always really nice to them, and they're nice to me, and I felt really bad, but I don't know, it's just really hard to get out of the, like, I guess, meat phase or whatever. Like,
I can
don't
relate with
know.
that. Yeah,
Do you
there's
have, like,
definitely a
any
lot of social
tips, I
pressure.
guess?
Yeah, what I would do is I'd start at antianimaluse.org and click on see what I fund. And that just shows you some documentaries. There's a 3-minute challenge, movie challenge. But if you're willing to, which I really do suggest people do this, is watch that second movie. It's called Dominion. If you don't want to go on my website, that's fine. You can just go on YouTube and type in Dominion 2018. Just watch that documentary. And just ask yourself, do I feel comfortable giving my money to those people? Because it's one thing to see the animals and kind of put the dot together that something bad is going to happen to them. It's another to actually see it. Because for me, that's what it took. It took me actually seeing what was happening and that there was no right way to actually do that. That's what made me vegan. I was like, I can't demand someone do this to an animal anymore. Even though I would call myself a cheeseaholic. So let's start with what's your favorite animal product that you have the most trouble letting go?
To be honest, it's chickens in particular, I would say.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know why, I just crave it a lot.
Have you
And
ever tried any
I-
vegan chicken?
I actually haven't. When I was during that month, I didn't. I don't know why I didn't. I probably should.
Yeah,
but I
you
didn't.
really should. I honestly, I swear to God, the vegan chicken has been down for decades now. They've had vegan chicken down really well, but it's even gotten better since then.
I was mostly just eating like beans as like an alternative to stuff. That was like what I was mostly doing.
Okay. I mean, do you want to be vegan?
I mean, I want to. It's just really hard to. I mean, I'm gonna try it again probably. Like after going to your website, I'll try again.
You sound like an honest person. So here's what I would do if I was you. I would find a group like there's the one that I suggest. If you go to my website and you click on end your participation, there's a group. It's a group called 10 Weeks to Vegan, and it's just they put you in a group with other new vegans that are overcoming obstacles, and you have access to professionals, so you could ask questions, so that you just have that support socially. As you transition into veganism, would that be something that might be helpful?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can either go on my website and find them, or you can just type into any search engine, type in 10 weeks to vegan or 10weeks.org, and that'll take you right there. They have mentors too. So if you want even more connection with someone, just like a one-on-one to talk to, they provide that. So you get to talk to another vegan that can help you find products that maybe you're not sure about, or, whatever. So let's say let's say you do join this this group. Would you be willing to like reach out to me and let me know how it goes for you, or if it's changed anything for you?
100%, I'll do that.
Awesome, because I really just want to know if the resources that I provide are helpful to people, and if you don't find them helpful, I would love to know, because I don't want to keep suggesting it. So if you're willing to do that, I really do appreciate it.
I will. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I just want to, last thing before you go, are you going to watch that documentary, at least a 3-minute movie?
Yes, it's on your website, right?
Yes, it is.
Alrighty. You have a fantastic day. Thank you.
You as well.
No
And if you have
problem.
any questions, please come and ask me, okay?
No problem. Have a great day.
You too. You have a great day. You made my day. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, bye. Oh my God. That was sweet. You really did make the end of my life much better. Why do you guys what's with the homophobia? I don't understand. Oh, goodness gracious. Oops, not pin. Ooh, God, no. How do you mute? Okay. I thought it should take away those, though, shouldn't it? Why doesn't it delete them? Let's see. It's kind of hate speech, isn't it? I don't know. It kind of fits a couple of these. All right. You've been reported. I don't tolerate homophobia. It's not cool, man. We're people. Like, you don't need to judge people on their sexual orientation or whatever you think it means. I don't know what people mean when they say it. But anyway. Hey, genderless, I see you. Thank you for being here. Oh, it's always good to see familiar faces. Oh my gosh. Lovely to see you. I'm about to end though, so I'm sorry, but the Goima person is raging. Oh, did you mute them, Sierra? I didn't see that. That's not cool. That's not cool. If you do see them again, let me know. I don't see them in here. If you see someone being racist, homophobic, transphobic, against any religion just because of the religion's sake, I don't tolerate that. Get the fuck out of here. Maybe that was a while ago. I'm sorry, I didn't see your comment till just now. Oh, no, it was a couple minutes. Okay, I didn't see them, but hopefully somebody reported them. I'm so sorry that you guys had to tolerate someone doing that. That's ridiculous. Why do I judge people on their choice of food? Well, I don't care what you eat. I'm talking about not using sentient beings. So not just for what you ingest, but what you wear, what you use for entertainment. Are you demanding that someone be exploited for you, enslaved? Most people agree that like going to a circus or where they have animals doing tricks like an aquarium, that's not moral to do to those individuals because you're locking them in a cage, and you're robbing them of their natural abilities to do things, blah 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 blah, just for humans. And the cows, the pigs, the chickens, the fish, goats, turkeys, every other animal that we use, they're all the same. They also deserve to be free and not exploited, you know, to be able to do what they want to do. Anyway. All right. I want to say go follow Grass-Fed Human. He's been pumping out the shorts, and they are moving. So please go check them out. Also, because I spoke to Sierra earlier, please go check out Sierra Vegan Foodie. She actually she has not only great outreach videos and great interactions, but she also shows you vegan products that are delicious or work well, whatever they are, because they're not always food. But she does great review videos, so please go check out her stuff here on TikTok. She's awesome activist, and once in a while she goes live, although I don't really blame her if she doesn't go live again, because man, it is annoying. Some of these people, like people they do not listen. They're just here to fight, and that just wears on you. It's like talking to people who are proudly racist, proudly sexist, proudly homophobic, etc. That's exhausting, because you're like, I feel like I'm repeating myself here about moral baselines, and everyone's like, nah, my preferences matter more. It's just like beating your head on a wall is what it feels like some days. No, there's no such thing as a half vegan. You either are vegan or not. That's why you'll hear a lot of people say, you weren't vegan before if you stopped being vegan. You were plant-based, because vegan doesn't mean diet. Vegan means an ethical stance against the exploitation of other sentient beings. That's all it means. You can't be for human rights and then against human rights, right? That's weird. Why would you be for and then against them? That doesn't make sense. Bad Tempe. That's a good name, by the way. I like that name. Okay, I'm gonna call it there, guys. I think I did have 2 requests. Where is it? There it is. Oh, you're a new person. I'm a poll. You're gonna be my last person. Are you over 18?
Yeah, man, I just wanted to say
Are
I
you
had a
over
bacon
18?
cheese.
Okay, so you're not. You're a child. Got it. So let me know if you're triggered or tell me you're triggered without telling me you're triggered. Meat, bacon, blah, 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 blah. It's so funny. You guys are so funny. I don't care about vegans. Vegans are forcing their stuff on me. And then you come to my live. You, with your own free will, come here, type with your little fingies into the little thing, and you tap request. It's just like, I'm amazed you guys are able to take care of yourselves, really. Thanks for being here. Yeah, you are mad. I agree. Fullest, you're so angry and triggered because the first thing you had to tell me was like, I'm going to offend you, instead of having a conversation. That's how I know that you're triggered. You immediately started crying. You're saying my pacifier I can't have? Yeah, you can go suck on something else. Okay, guys. I'm going to end it there. You have a great day. Ooh! Oh my god, the timing! Oh my god! Look what I just got. Oh, can you see it? Can you read it? Vegan Dubai chocolate! Oh snap! Oh wow, I'm so excited. My partner already cut it in half, so you can see there. Oh, you can't because of my face. Maybe if I go like this, go to my eyes. No, can't see it still. Okay, well, whatever. Let's bite in. Damn, that's actually really good. Raw sugar, unsweetened chocolate, cacao, pistachios, vegetable oil, sunflower lectin, salt, kanafa, which I can't pronounce, is the crunchy stuff, made with wheat flour and water. Wow. That's it. It's delicious. This doesn't have milk in it. No milk. They use the sunflower lectin. You don't need milk then. Oh my God, you guys. I'll stop eating it. It's so good. Okay. It's all over my fingers now. I can't click any of my buttons. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I can't click on anything. Yeah, I personally like dark chocolate better. This doesn't, I guess it could be dark chocolate. I don't eat chocolate that often. I don't think I really even remember what milk chocolate even tastes like anymore. All the chocolate I get, I'm in love with, so. But I've really decreased my chocolate because you can't always verify where it comes from. So that's okay. You don't need to be a chocolate fan. You can eat other things. There's a lot of delicious food out there. I eat nut bars a lot. I want to make my own, but I thought he was walking behind me. We wouldn't call adopting a child needless exploitation of a sentient being. Exactly. Yes. Yes. The difference between having a pet and a companion. Exactly, Keith. Right on the money. Yep. The difference is adopting a child. Like if I owned a company, right, and I didn't want to hire workers, but I did adopt children to do my labor for me, would that be moral? Right? That would be exploitation. Versus adopting a child because I have the ability to give them a rich life and I want to do that for somebody. That's the difference. No, Rizzo, just because you're caring for someone, that doesn't mean you're exploiting them. Just because you develop a relationship with someone, that doesn't mean you're exploiting them. You're giving them care and attention and what they need to be a healthy individual. It's what's in their best interest. And if you guys share some interest, there's nothing wrong with that. The difference is, are you going and looking for a toy or are you looking for someone? The difference is that you're seeing a someone as a something. When you buy a pet, you're purchasing someone and labeling them as a toy. We had to stop our armored vehicle to free a goat in the fence. We helped him back into his field. Yeah, but did you go home and then eat another animal? Yeah, we call them companion animals because it's more clear that they're with us. They're not here for us. Pet doesn't really have a meaning to it other than an animal that you care for, but it sounds like you have a toy. You just label them as a stuffed animal. They're a pet. Versus my companion animal. You're being clear that they're my friend. They're the one I'm caring for. Yeah, it's good that you rescue individuals. Just, I don't know if you were the one I spoke to. Are you the one that rescues betas from like pet stores? Because they keep them in those god-awful cups. Coffee! Thank you. Hot bean water. I don't follow the Vegan King now. I don't... Honestly, receiving money makes me uncomfortable. I know people donate here. It literally goes into an account right now and it's just accruing. I haven't touched it yet because I feel weird about it. I'm taking money from vegans and I want it to go towards something vegan, and I feel weird. I've had so many other people tell me it's okay that you put those dollars to your costs, because I do have costs. I have to maintain my equipment and I have to live, but I don't use it. There are other activists I feel like are much better that deserve that money. And so I don't know, maybe I'll donate it to them. But like, for example, Mel and Steve, they're a great power couple that are doing the most that they can. And if you can support them to be full-time activists, you should. So there are some activists that are out there that are very active that if we could get them full-time, they could do a lot more. Total Liberation Now. They're a new group that just started. They're another one that it would be great to get them to be activists full-time. If you want to ever see them, they sometimes come on, or not sometimes, they're on Anti-Animal Use, Cooper and Elvin, and they are amazing. They're really great activists. So Let's try to get them out there too. I know. I appreciate you, Lori. I do want to do it too. I just feel like I'm not the best. I want the best to be supported. That Chip guy, he's another one. Make sure that he's a full-time activist. He's out on the street literally talking to people almost not every day, but and he doesn't need to do it every day. I don't want him to feel bad. You do so much more than so many people. He goes out there so often. It's like, oh my God, he went live again. Wow. That is a hero. Yeah. So please, if you can go support Chip, that Chip guy, he's a fantastic advocate, and your money will go to, good sources for sure. With me, I don't know, maybe I'm going to buy some gardening, not as needed. Well, for me, I think I need it because it helps me interact with people, but thank you, Chip. I do appreciate that. Thank you. Anyway, okay, guys, I'm at the top of the hour, a little bit past it. I was just starting to have fun now. It's like a hangout. But definitely go check out all the vegans that I've mentioned, Two Spirit Veg, Keith, that Chip guy, any of them. There's tons of them. Go on to the YouTube video. You can see all the vegans in the chat. Go follow all of them. There's some great vegans doing different types of activism. And it's just important that we support each other and, learn from each other, vegan or not. All right. Thank you guys for being here, and have a great vegan day. I'll see you next time. I'll see you maybe Friday. Keep an eye on my channel. Maybe you'll see me Friday. I don't know what anti-animal use is doing this weekend. We didn't talk about it yet. But definitely go check out our YouTube. I'll show you our little images. Turn off. There we are. So if you could go follow anti-animal use, okay? We go live either Saturday or Friday, not both. This is the old image. But yeah, you'll see us either Friday or Saturday. Keep an eye on us, okay? And with that, you guys can see my background. I will call it a day. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you to the vegans. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to the non-vegans. I'll catch you guys either Friday, and if not, I'll see you Monday. Yeah. Check out anti-animal use. All right, bye. I'm going to end it now. I'm just being weird. All right, see ya. Aw, the donations are so sweet. Everyone's so sweet. Really do appreciate y'all being helpful like that. All right, YouTube. You can't see me. It's kind of delayed. Oh, you know what's even better is actually if you just see my OBS. There we go. What's up? Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to end it here. Y'all have a great day, and go check out some vegans, okay? Go follow vegans. Thank you, Chip. That's really sweet. Thank you. And I'll probably be in someone else's live. I love hanging out in the chat. You might see me either on YouTube or TikTok. TikTok, you gotta pull me in. You want me to hang out, you gotta pull me back in. Okay. All right, bye. Appreciate y'all. Bam.